हेलो एवरीबॉडी। आप सबका स्वागत है आज इस वेबिनार में। जैसा कि आप सब जानते हैं, इस वेबिनार को प्राइमरली कंडक्ट किया गया है उन लोगों के लिए जिन लोगों ने इस बार कैट एग्जामिनेशन दिया है। एंड आज के हमारे स्पीकर हैं और प्राइमरली वी हैव इनवाइटेड सम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम एफएमएस दिल्ली, आई एम रोहतक, नीति मुंबई, एमडीआई गुड़गांव एंड एमडीआई मुर्शिदाबाद। सो वी हैव दिस पीपल हियर विद अस जिनसे आप जो चाहे वो क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं। Before we start the discussion for today, let me give you some set of rules. So पहला जो set of rule है वो ये है कि I would request all of you कि आप सब अपने सिस्टम को म्यूट करके रखें। अगर आप सबको कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना है, you can unmute yourself and then ask the question. The second rule will be कि you are flexible to ask questions in Hindi or in English, because ऐसे कुछ लोग हैं जो ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल फील करेंगे हिंदी या इंग्लिश में। एंड बिकॉज इट इज अ क्वेश्चन आंसर फोरम, रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल कि आप सब जो दिल में चाहे वो क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं इन लोगों से। फील फ्री टू आस्क एनी काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस टू देम। एक स्पेसिफिक रिक्वायरमेंट है जो आप सबको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा, दैट वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू टेक अप एनी क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू अ स्पेसिफिक कॉलेज, like X college is good or bad, because a particular college is good or bad for somebody, but the same college is good or bad for somebody else. So इस वेबिनार में हमारा प्रयास ये रहेगा कि हम लोग किसी एक स्पेसिफिक कॉलेज के ऊपर लेकर के चर्चा ना करें, जो कॉलेज अच्छी हो या बुरी हो, बिकॉज वही पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज किसी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए अच्छा होता है एंड द सेम कॉलेज इज बैड फॉर समबडी एल्स। रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल टू फील फ्री एंड आस्क एनी काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस। जैसा कि आप सब जानते हैं कि इस वेबिनार का प्राइम पर्पस रहा है यही कि आपको एक फोरम दे जहां पे आप क्वेश्चंस उन लोगों से पूछ पाएं जो इंडिया के आप टॉप 30 बी स्कूल में आज पढ़ रहे हैं, सो दैट यू कैन आस्क देयर एक्सपीरियंस कि ऐसा उनको एक साल में क्या एक्सपीरियंस हुआ उन बी स्कूल में। गाइडबी का हमेशा से प्रयास ये रहा है कि एक ऐसा फोरम क्रिएट किया जाए उन लोगों के लिए स्पेसिफिकली जो लोग कैट में हाई परसेंटाइल लेके नहीं आए हैं, बिकॉज वी ऑल नो कि इंडिया में दिस ईयर अगेन करीब 2 लाख के आसपास स्टूडेंट्स ने कैट एग्जामिनेशन दिया है एंड एवरीबडी इज एस्पायरिंग टू गो फॉर एन एमबीए प्रोग्राम फ्रॉम सम कॉलेज और द अदर। बट ये पॉसिबल नहीं है कि हर बच्चा जो कैट एग्जामिनेशन दे वो IIM या IIT या जो भी इंडिया के टॉप 30 बी स्कूल है उसमें उनको स्थान प्राप्त हो। प्राइमरली इस वेबिनार का पर्पस यही है कि ये वेबिनार उन लोगों के लिए ज्यादा यूजफुल हो जाता है जो लोग कैट परसेंटाइल थोड़े कम पाते हैं एंड उनका ये मानना है कि हम टियर 2 या टियर 3 के बी स्कूल में जा रहे हैं, क्या वहां पे पढ़ाई अच्छी होगी, क्या मुझे प्लेसमेंट मिलेगा, या विल आई बी एबल टू ग्रो इन द लाइफ। बिकॉज ये सारी चीजें हम लोगों ने काफी बार देखा है बच्चों के माइंड में कि जब आप इस तरह के सेशन नहीं करते हो या फिर अगर आपका पहली बार इफ यू आर डूइंग एमबीए फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, यू डोंट हैव सच काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन। सो आज हमने इसी कारण से उन लोगों को इनवाइट किया है जिन्होंने करीब 1 साल या कुछ लोगों ने तो करीब 2 साल इंडिया के टॉप 30 बी स्कूल में स्पेंड किया है एंड you all can ask any kind of questions to them regarding their experience into their particular B school. I mean, just to take you a little further, इंडिया में करीब जो टियर 1 के बी स्कूल हैं, अगर मैं टॉप 100 बी स्कूल्स की भी बात करूं, एक स्टैटिस्टिक्स उन लोगों के लिए जिन्होंने शायद ये वेबिनार पहली बार ज्वाइन किया है या इस तरह के गाइडबी के साथ इंटरेक्शन उनका पहली बार हो रहा है, इंडिया के टॉप 100 बी स्कूल्स को अगर देखा जाए तो यू हार्डली हैव 5000 सीट्स आउट देयर। सो ये पॉसिबल नहीं है कि 5000 बी स्कूल में पूरे 2 से 2.5 लाख बच्चों को डाला जाए। काफी सारे ऐसे बच्चे होते हैं जो टियर 2 या टियर 3 के बी स्कूल्स को जाते हैं। अब ऐसा नहीं है कि जो टियर 2 या टियर 3 में जो गए उनका करियर आगे नहीं बढ़ता है। यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि एक मैनेजमेंट कॉलेज से एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या किया जाए, राइट? देयर शुड बी अ स्पेसिफिक expectation which a student should have in a particular college. अगर मैं स्लाइड को एक स्टेप आगे ले जाऊं, so let me just share you my understanding regarding MBA colleges. जो टॉप 30 के भी स्कूल होते हैं वो प्राइमरली इसलिए फेमस होते हैं बिकॉज उनके प्रोग्राम में काफी रिगर होता है। मिड टर्म इन टर्म प्रोजेक्ट के कारण उनका एंगेजमेंट काफी हाई होता है, करीब 17 से 18 घंटे स्टूडेंट्स वहाँ पे पढ़ाई करते हैं, दे आर इंगेज्ड इनटू वेरियस काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटी। एम्फेसिस काफी दिया जाता है हार्वर्ड बिजनेस स्कूल केस स्टडी के ऊपर। वीकली क्विजेज होते हैं, क्लब्स एंड कमिटीज काफी सारी होती है जिसमें आपको इंगेज रहना पड़ता है, चाहे वो प्लेसमेंट कमेटी हो या किसी और तरह की कमेटी हो। आई एम श्योर दीज पीपल विल बी एबल टू गिव यू बेटर इंसाइट ऑन दिस। कॉर्पोरेट्स की इंटरेक्शन काफी होती है, जीरो डे प्लेसमेंट्स होता है, एंड मोर इंपॉर्टेंटली जो इंडिया के टॉप 30 बी स्कूल्स हैं या टॉप 50 बी स्कूल्स हैं, टॉप 100 बी स्कूल्स हैं, उनका इनटेक क्वालिटी इनटेक हो रहा है। सो दे आर दोज पीपल who is good in almost all the parameters. They have scored well in CAT. They were having good academic in the past. Parallelly, they have got better understanding about the business world as a whole, right? And to uplift themselves, उन्होंने इन top B schools को join किया है. Normally, because मैं काउंसलिंग में पिछले करीब 10 साल से हूँ, मैंने ये नोटिस किया है कि काफी सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स हमारे पास आते हैं जो ये बोलते हैं कि सर क्या हमारी MBA कॉलेज हमें इंग्लिश सिखाएगी? Will they be able to groom us well? Just to tell you my understanding कि अगर आप grooming के लिए MBA colleges join कर रहे हो, so probably that's not the best place to join. You are not spending some 5, 10, 15 lakhs just to get yourself groomed and कि वो आपकी English communication को improve करेगी। हमारा ये मानना है कि ये basic grooming, ये basic information, हल्का सा knowledge management education के बारे में या basic business world के बारे में आपको पहले से ही होना चाहिए, even before you go for an MBA program. So आज इस फोरम में primarily इस तरह के discussions होंगे and you all are allowed to ask any kind of questions to the students. So let's understand from the student of Tier 1B school as to what their experience was. Let me welcome all these people out here. We have with us Mr. Akshay Mishra. He's from NITI Mumbai. Ajay, he's from IIFT. Sayandeep from IIM Rohtak. Sonic is also from MDA Murshidabad. Subham Singh, he's from FMS Delhi. You all can ask any kind of questions to these people. Before I go ahead and give you the forum of one-to-one, can I just know whether Sonic is there with us? Sonic, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm there. Morning.
Thank you. Good morning, yeah. How are you?
Doing fine.
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much, all of you, to all of you for taking us the time for these people. आज हमारा प्रयास यही रहेगा, आप सबको से रिक्वेस्ट यही है कि इनके जो भी क्वेश्चंस हैं, प्राइमरली उन बच्चों के जो Tier 2 या Tier 3 के कॉलेजेस में जा रहे हैं, उनके माइंड में काफी सारे मिसकंसेप्शन हैं. They would like to ask to somebody who has got good time into Tier 1B School of India. So they might end up asking some kind of questions, but thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for joining us today. Sonic.
Okay. So we can open.
Yeah. To begin with,
we can open that.
Yes. I would request you to begin with this forum because आप इन पांचों में से सबसे ज्यादा experienced हो. आपने MBA complete कर रखा है and you are currently working in corporate on completion of your MBA from MDA Murshidabad. So go ahead and share your experience at MDA Murshidabad and corporate experience कैसा रहा last एक साल में?
So I started my career with MDA Murshidabad. Thanks to Dheeraj sir and team for guiding me into that. And the journey that we started. So MDA Murshidabad is the second campus of MDA Gurgaon, and they get the mentoring support from MDA Gurgaon only in terms of academics, not in placement. So again, setting the rules. आप किसी भी ब्रांच पे जाते हो, लाइक यू गो फॉर IMI कोलकाता ऑफ IMI न्यू दिल्ली और IMT हैदराबाद ऑफ IMT गाजियाबाद, तो एक्सपेक्ट मत करना कि सब कुछ उनके स्टैंडर्ड का होगा. चीजें स्टैंडर्ड चेंज होते हैं बिकॉज उनका इनटेक अलग है, आपका इनटेक अलग होगा. उन्होंने 95 प्लस वाले बच्चे लिए हैं, इन्होंने उससे लो लिए हैं, तो क्वालिटीज में फर्क आएगा. तो बेसिकली जो मैंने चीजें सीखी वो ये है कि अपने प्रोफेसर्स के साथ टच में रहो, लर्न फ्रॉम योर पीयर्स, जो तुम्हारे साथ है लोग, उनसे सीखना स्टार्ट करो. क्योंकि कोई भी कॉलेज हो इंडिया का, लेट्स से एनी XYZ कॉलेज, उसमें हाफ ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन विल बी स्ट्रॉन्गर देन यू इन 1, 2, 3 एरियाज. तो लर्न फ्रॉम देम, लर्न फ्रॉम योर पीयर, बिकॉज पीयर लर्निंग इज समथिंग जहाँ पे तुम बिना हेजिटेशन के कुछ भी पूछ सकते हो, एंड दे विल हेल्प यू विदाउट जजमेंट, बीइंग जजमेंटल. So that is second thing. and then I started my corporate journey with Midlife. So Midlife is a e-pharmacy company, a budding e-pharmacy company. So I joined it just after my final examinations, and due to Corona thing, I am doing it work from home. So two three things that's important in MBA life. First is choosing your area, because I have seen many my batchmates, they were completing their year one, that is the first year, and they were not yet decided that which specialization they will choose. So at least first decide whether you want to go in marketing, HR, finance, because that will help you in designing your path. Because in 1 year, year one, you have decided to go into marketing. You have done all the life project internship into marketing, and then suddenly you want to go in HR. So this will be a setback to you. So first is decide your area. Second will be a good internship. Try to do an internship which is of your area and where learning is there. Don't go for brands like Audi, Maruti Suzuki, because they will not get you learn. They will just attach you with some mentor, and you will just helping out the mentor. You will never know the business, what the company is doing. So whenever you go for internship, go for a mediocre or a new startup, so that you can learn the business. Because MBA is not about just passing examinations and getting a degree. It is about learning a business, that how you can build. Because after MBA, you don't have to be just for a job fit. You can start your company. You can make other people work for you. So this is the two things that I will want to share. First is define your path, whether you want to go in any field, and set your internship well, because internship is ending into a good job. And networking is the key whenever you're going for any course in India. Network with good people. So here I have seen that 50 people are there, and these 50 people will go in 50 or maybe say 30 different B school. लाइक आपके साथ जो फ्रेंड है अकेडमी में या कहीं कहीं जाएंगे, उनसे कनेक्ट में रहो, उनसे पूछो कि उनके बी स्कूल में क्या हो रहा है, क्योंकि मैंने किया है। उनके बी स्कूल में क्या है, उनके बी स्कूल में कौन से गेस्ट आए थे, उन्होंने क्या बोला था, उनके यहाँ जो इलेक्टिव कोर्सेस है वो कौन से चलते हैं, उनके बुक्स क्या होते हैं, उनसे स्टडी मटेरियल मांगो, क्योंकि हो सकता है उनके प्रोफेसर तुम्हारे प्रोफेसर से अच्छा पढ़ाते हो, उनके पास अच्छा मटेरियल हो। तो ये चीजें हेल्प करेगी, बिकॉज नेटवर्किंग हमेशा बना के रखना, बिकॉज दैट विल हेल्प यू इन शेपिंग द पाथ। सो धीरज सर, दैट्स इट फ्रॉम माय
सॉनिक, एक क्वेश्चन मेरे माइंड में है जो नॉर्मली आई विल आस्क यू फ्यू क्वेश्चंस। लाइक वन ऑफ देम इज कि जो स्टूडेंट्स टीयर 2 या टीयर 3 में जाते हैं, उनका एक क्वेश्चन रहता है कि सर आईएम में या सपोज एमडीए मुर्शिदाबाद में ऐसा क्या पढ़ाया जाता है जो हमारे कॉलेज में नहीं पढ़ाया जाता है? बुक वाइज या सिलेबस वाइज आपको कोई डिफरेंस नजर आता है क्या, कि टीयर 1 के कॉलेजेस कुछ अलग बुक्स पढ़ाते हैं, कुछ अलग उनकी जो ये जो कोर्स मटेरियल जो है टीयर 1 के कॉलेजेस की और टीयर 3 के कॉलेजेस की अलग होती है क्या? मार्केटिंग आपने भी फिलिप कॉटलर के साथ पढ़ा होगा।
हाँ, मार्केटिंग सारे जो कॉटलर से होती है। द ओनली डिफरेंस इज जो टीयर 1 के बी स्कूल या टीयर 2 के बी स्कूल्स होते हैं, टीयर 2 तक they follow a case study based mechanism. So they give you industry cases and you have to work for it to get it done. और ये मैंने एब्सेंस पाया है जो यूनिवर्सिटी स्कूल्स हैं या फिर टीयर 3-4 के बी स्कूल्स है, वहाँ पे केस बेस्ड स्टडी नहीं होते, जस्ट क्लासरूम्स होते हैं।
वहां पे
इसका भी एक सॉल्यूशन है।
वहां पे केस स्टडीज होती है, बट नॉर्मली हमने ये देखा है कि वहां पे केस स्टडी आपसे सॉल्व नहीं कराई जाती है। योर टीचर्स विल टीच टेल यू द केस स्टडी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टोरी। जैसे टीयर 3 के कॉलेज में आप वहां भी अमूल की केस स्टडी पढ़ोगे, बट वो अमूल की केस स्टडी वहां स्टूडेंट सॉल्व नहीं करते हैं। उनमें टीचर्स आपको कहानी की तरह बताता है इन अ पर्टिकुलर सेशन, एंड देन दे विल गिव यू द लर्निंग पार्ट एज वेल। सो इट्स मोर ऑफ अ वन साइड अफेयर फ्रॉम द टीचर साइड। सो ये एक डिफरेंस तो मैंने पाया है कि
हाँ, ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग नहीं हो पाता है, मतलब आप सोच नहीं पाते हो फिर।
ट्रू ट्रू।
उसका एक सॉल्यूशन है, उसका एक सॉल्यूशन मैं जो देना चाहूंगा कि टीयर 3-4 के बी स्टूडेंट को क्या करना चाहिए उस जगह पे। तो आपका नेटवर्क है, आपके फ्रेंड पढ़ रहे हैं टीयर 1-2 में, उनसे उनकी केस स्टडी का जो मिलता है उनको सिंपोजियम, उसका फोटो मंगा लो स्कैन करा के, या उनको कुछ ऑनलाइन पीडीएफ मिला वो मंगा लो। आप सोचो ना, वो आपसे डिफरेंट क्यों है? बस वो 3 घंटे का गेम था, इस बार तो 2 घंटे का, उसके कारण आपसे अलग है, बाकी कोई चीज अलग नहीं है। यू आर फ्रॉम द सेम बैच, तुम्हारी थिंकिंग प्रोसेस भी मोर ओवर सेम है। तो तुम फिर सोचो और फिर उस फ्रेंड से डिस्कस करो, तुम्हें वो प्रोफेसर नहीं मिल रहे हैं, उस फ्रेंड से डिस्कस करो कि भाई मेरा ये अप्रोच रहेगा, फिर वो बताएगा कि उसका क्या अप्रोच रहा था, उसके प्रोफेसर ने क्या बताया। एंड मुझे लगता है कोई भी टीयर 3 या 4 का 4 स्कूल का जो प्रोफेसर्स होते हैं, वो प्रोफेसर्स ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ जानते नहीं है, जस्ट आपको अप्रोच करना होगा उन्हें, because I have seen many a great professors, those are sitting into 3-4 tier 3-4 B school and they are doing good in what we say consulting part. तो आप अप्रोच तो करो, फिर वो अगर हेल्प नहीं करते हैं देन द वर्ल्ड इज ओपन, यू कैन गो ओवर लिंक्डइन, फेसबुक, कनेक्ट विद द पीपल. So that is
Thank
the
you so
solution
much,
for that.
Sonik. Thank you so much. Now my question will be to Subham. Subham, आप now
Yes.
welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
आप FMS दिल्ली से पढ़ाई कर रहे हो.
जी.
What was your learning from FMS दिल्ली? लास्ट 1 सालों में क्या एक्सपीरियंस किया आपने?
Like what are the difference from the other B school or like what I have learned?
आपकी खुद की लर्निंग क्या रही, क्या स्पेशल लगा? बिकॉज आप एक इंडिया के प्रीमियम बी स्कूल में पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, उनकी टीचिंग पैडागॉजी में क्या अलग नजर आई जो आपने ग्रेजुएशन महसूस नहीं किया था?
टिल ग्रेजुएशन, लाइक द फर्स्ट थिंग, एक चीज तो बोलना चाहूंगा कि जो आपने कहा कि बेसिकली जितने पॉइंट्स है वो तो आपने नोट ही कर दिया था, लेकिन द फर्स्ट थिंग वाज डिफरेंस फ्रॉम द बीएच वाज की रीगर. सबसे बड़ी बात ये है, द प्रोफेसर्स और द लाइक द पीयर्स आर मोर सीरियस एंड दे आर मोर कॉन्फिडेंट. वन थिंग जो आप पिछला क्वेश्चन इससे पूछे थे सोनिक से, उसमें हम कैंसर चीज करना चाहेंगे कि टायर 3 के जो लोग होते हैं ना, उनमें पता नहीं कॉन्फिडेंस क्यों कम हो जाता है, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस. ये चीज है. आप किसी से बात कर रहे थे, हम लोगों से बात कर रहे थे, लाइक सम ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स आर इन आईएमआई कोलकाता, दे वर लाइक अरे यार क्या करें, हम तो आईएम का कोलकाता में. नो मैन, यू लाइक आप ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हैं. आप ये नहीं सोच सकते हैं कि हम ये हैं वो हैं. मतलब लोग खुद ही अपना सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन कर देते हैं. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. यू हैव टू बी कॉन्फिडेंट. पहला चीज रीगर हो गया. और दूसरा चीज हम ये कहना चाहेंगे कि हाँ, रेगुलरिटी इन द क्लास. व्हेन आई वाज इन ग्रेजुएशन, मतलब कि लोग लिथार्जिक थे. प्रोफेसर भी अपना अरे ठीक है छुट्टी है जाओ, कभी क्लास हो रहा है चल रहा है, कभी नहीं चल रहा है, मतलब इस लेवल का था. यहाँ ऐसा नहीं है. यहाँ कंटिन्यूटी है. अब क्लास करना है तो है. दैट डजंट मीन कि आपके पास ये प्रॉब्लम है वो प्रॉब्लम है. ये मतलब जो भी बेसिकली पता नहीं और जगह क्या है रूल, बट यहाँ है कि आपको इतना परसेंटेज अटेंडेंस चाहिए, ये चाहिए. And वही फिर कि the lot of assignments and you know the quizzes you have to read. नहीं तो आप या तो फेल हो जाएंगे या तो फिर आप पीछे छोड़ जाएंगे, और आप वो होना नहीं चाहते हैं, क्योंकि the environment is basically very competitive here, more than what it is in the graduation. And the fourth thing, obviously, the peer learning. You have the people from like great background, so that makes the college. It is not like the college or the professors are teaching like extraordinary things, but yeah.
मुझे जो लगा है, लाइक मेरी जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग रही है लास्ट कुछ सालों में, बिकॉज मैंने टीयर 1 के बच्चों से भी इंटरेक्शन किया, लाइक आप सबसे भी 1-to-1 इंटरेक्शन किया, और टीयर 2, टीयर 3, टीयर 4 हर कैटेगरी के बच्चों से इंटरेक्शन किया है. मेरी जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग रही है वो ये रही है कि प्राइमरली टीयर 1 और टीयर 3, मैं बोलूंगा बीच में टीयर 2 को गायब करता हूँ, टीयर 1 और टीयर 3 के बी स्कूल्स में अगर टीचिंग पैडागॉजी के ऊपर बोला जाए तो सिलेबस वाइज दोनों सेम ही होते हैं.
जी, सिलेबस वाइज सेम ही होते हैं, बुक्स भी सेम ही होते हैं ऑलमोस्ट.
राइट. केस स्टडीज वहां भी करवाई जाती है, केस स्टडीज यहाँ भी होती है,
यहाँ भी करवाई जाती है.
इंडस्ट्री इंटरेक्शन यहाँ भी है और इंडस्ट्री इंटरेक्शन यहाँ भी होता है. रेदर मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ टीयर 3 के बीच को इंडस्ट्रियल विजिट्स ज्यादा करवाते हैं जो टीयर 1 के कॉलेज नहीं करवाते.
Like I don't have that much exposure of tier 3 or not, neither my friends, so like I am not well.
बट ये मैं बताना चाहूंगा, टीयर 3 के कॉलेजेस जो होते हैं ना, वो चूंकि बच्चे उनको थोड़े से कम ग्रूम्ड मिलते हैं, तो टीयर 3 के बी स्कूल्स में ये भी देखा गया कि उन बच्चों को वो इंडस्ट्रियल विजिट्स के लिए ले जाती है कॉलेज, क्योंकि वो बच्चे थोड़े से साई नेचर वाले होते हैं, एकेडमिकली थोड़े से ये होते हैं. और नॉर्मली अगर मैं सही से डिफाइन करूं तो ये वो बच्चे हैं जिन्होंने सडनली एमबीए का डिसीजन लिया. उनका एमबीए का डिसीजन काफी पीछे से नहीं रहा है. किसी ने बोला यार ग्रेजुएशन करने के बाद आगे क्या करेगा, सो सडनली थॉट यार चल एमबीए कर लेते हैं. और दूसरी चीजें
लगता है कि एमबीए लुक्रेटिव, एमबीए सबसे पहले तो दिमाग में ये रहता है कि एमबीए जॉब दे देगा, अभी मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है. तो बेसिक जो सोचने के मतलब पैटर्न है लोगों का इंडिया, ये तो है.
नाउ मैं इस फोरम को ओपन करता हूं बिकॉज़ इट विल बी 1-to-1 इंटरेक्शन बिटवीन यू एंड मी, बिकॉज़ हमारा इंटरेक्शन आपके साथ पहले भी हो चुका है. मैं इस फोरम को ओपन करता हूं इन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए जो यहाँ पे आपके साथ इंटरेक्शन करने के लिए आए हुए हैं. गाइस, आप सब जो कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं इनमें से किसी से एड्रेस देम डायरेक्टली एंड देन आस्क क्वेश्चंस.
Okay, so may I address Mr. Shubham Singh from FMS Delhi?
Yes, please.
It is about the actually admissions to FMS Delhi. Like there is a statement of purpose and there will be a discussion on the SOP. So can you elaborate?
See, like this format is starting from this year only. It was not from like last year or when I got the admission. So the SOP discussion, basically SOP is about the statement of purpose. What you are going to describe about yourself in SOP, and then the people or the panel will discuss about you. Like they will ask a question about your decisions, like why you have choose this or why you have gone MBA. So basic MBA things, basic HR questions. So that's it. You don't have to worry much about that. But you have to be well versed. Like you should be able to define your decisions of your life. Like why I was very much asked about this question, not in FMS but overall all the B schools. Like why a switch from sociology to MBA? So well prepared of that. Like most of the people switch from engineering to MBA. So this is going to be one of the questions of SOP. Basically, what you are going to mention in SOP, every line is important. Just you should have a story for it. Like
Daljit have a question. Daljit.
Hello. So my question is to Shubham sir.
Yes, please.
Shubham sir, can you please suggest some books or some YouTube channels or any sources to brush up our business knowledge?
Okay, fine. So the first thing I would suggest that directly don't go for books. Go for the newspapers or the business magazines. The first and the foremost thing, because I have once said that the books are written, even the newest books are written at least 5 years ago or 3 years ago, but the newspaper will give you the information of yesterday. So go for it, and you can understand. And if you see, and if you want to go for books, then you can have this. If you are going to for marketing, you can have Philip Kotler, as everyone knows. And then if you are going to for finance, you can have a Horngreen's book. You can buy it from Amazon. So these things, and a list of a book, if you want, you can text me. I will message you.
प्राइमरली न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना मेरे हिसाब से भी ज्यादा यूजफुल होगा बच्चों के लिए, क्योंकि आप एक्टिविटी को समझते हो. लाइक देखो आज की प्लेसमेंट
व्हेन यू आर स्टार्टिंग,
राइट. एनी क्वेश्चन?
See, one thing I would like to ask, like how many of you have seen my video, with the Guide Me Education? I have said a lot of things about my past. If you can connect, like
इनमें से कुछ लोग हैं जिन्होंने नहीं देखा है, because they are interacting for the first time, but quite a lot of them have seen your videos.
Yes. No, because I was also trying to say that see, एक ऑर्डिनरी आदमी, एक ऑर्डिनरी नहीं, आप कह लीजिए कि लेस देन ऑर्डिनरी आदमी कैन बिकम एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी इन से 1 or 2 years. That is the thing.
True.
It is not like कि आप ये नहीं कर सकते हैं या वो नहीं कर सकते हैं. ये चीज हम बार-बार कहते हैं.
Right.
If you can do extraordinary things, you can become extraordinary. That's it. Even my academics were very pathetic, I can say. I have a 69% in 12th, and you know what is the criteria for the top B school. So you can just become. And see, आप कहाँ मेहनत करते हैं? मैंने वो चीज मुझको रियलाइज हो गया ग्रेजुएशन में. ठीक है, I am not going to continue this kind of life. I cannot live. So आपको MBA में जाने का रियलाइज हो सकता है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं आपको हार्ड वर्क पुट करना पड़ेगा. Not only hard work, the kind of strategy or what your interest area are, all these things. So in detail, it is in that video you can watch. Next question.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Go Shivkant, go.
Should a candidate expect calls from FMS Delhi or IIM Rohtak with 85 percentiles and OBC category?
That is a difficult question, man. I don't know about the cutoff of OBC, but in FMS I can say that you have to be 90 plus, even in OBC, to get a call.
Okay, sir. Sir, what about IIM Rohtak, sir? New
it was last year 94 percentile for general category. OBC, I think I don't know if anyone OBC candidate.
Sandeep, if you can throw some light on this.
Yeah, actually OBC, I'm not very sure about the OBC cutoff, but it's there on the website. You go and check it. But I think 85 OBC would be slightly difficult. But yes, if you have good academic records and if you have work experience, maybe you can get a call.
So
Yes, yes, so
I
definitely.
think I have good academics. I have 89 in 10th and 83 in 12th and 80 in my graduation from agriculture background.
Oh,
So you have a
nice to
like
know.
do you have what experience?
No, sir, I am a fresher.
Okay, so you might expect a call. Just go and just visit the website. I think you can, since you have very good. I mean, your extra academics is very good actually. So in terms of B school selection, so you stand a chance in many of the B schools because see, I am Shillong, and there are many other B schools who places very crucial importance to academics. So you stand a chance. And for general category, the cutoff was 95. As far as I know.
And one thing I would say that you shouldn't worry about the calls. Like it is not in your control now. What you have scored in CAT, the CAT is over. Now you should focus that. uh, देखिए आपको जितना भी कॉल्स आएगा उसमें आपका जो बेस्ट है उसको आप कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश कीजिए. बाकी कॉल्स आएगा या नहीं आएगा, आई मीन उसमें चिंता करने की कोई बात ही नहीं है. यू डोंट हैव कंट्रोल ओवर इट.
Okay,
Think
thank you,
about that and
thank you
prepare well
both
for
of
the
you.
interview. Prepare well
Yes,
for
sir.
the interview and wait.
Thank you
That is
both
going
of
to
you, sir.
help. Yeah, you're welcome.
Sumit, you have questions. Sumit Tapadia, you have some questions to ask.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay,
Hello.
go ahead.
Yeah. So my question was, like many of the interviews questions are like, which stream would you prefer in MBA? So what?
No, repeat. Like your voice is breaking. Please repeat the question.
Yeah. So question was like, many of the interview questions are like, what should be the what would be the stream you would be following in your coming MBA? Like you would be going for finance, operations, or marketing. Since, being unaware of the environment of business environment, so what should be the best answer like we can give?
मिस्टर दुगर यू आई मीन जैसे स्पेशलाइजेशन सिलेक्शन की बात जो होती है ना वो मुझे लगता है कि इसके पहले वी विल बी सून ऑर्गेनाइजिंग अ वेबिनार ऑन दिस पार्ट एज वेल वेयरिन वी विल बी गिविंग यू एन इनसाइट अबाउट डिफरेंट स्पेशलाइजेशंस अवेलेबल इन इंडिया. कमिंग अप विद सच काइंड ऑफ वेबिनार. बहुत बच्चों को तो ये पता नहीं होता है कि एनालिटिक्स है क्या और एनालिटिक्स के अंदर में क्या करना होता है, फाइनेंस के अंदर में क्या करना पड़ता है. सो इस तरह के वेबिनार हम जल्दी ही ऑर्गेनाइज करवाने वाले हैं, मे बी अ वीक और टू. Once you have
I have a question from Prajwal. It was no.
Right.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to know from where do you get this information that the interview questions are going to be like, what are you going to select?
That might be a question. That might be a probable question.
No, it might be a probable question, but see, generally I would say that this is not the trend. Those people know that many of the aspirants, like most of the aspirants, are from the engineering background or from a non-MBA background. So they don't ask these questions. If you like, if you have read the interview experiences over the Google or Code, wherever do you want, they don't ask. They are asked about your past experience and what interests you to do MBA, not what specialization you are going to take. If see, they cannot ask you a finance question. They know that you don't know. They are like,
yeah.
So this, no, your expectation is wrong. They are never going to. Most probably, they are never going to ask you about this thing, unless and until you have a work experience in that domain. So,
okay. So currently, I'm working for a corporate, Capgemini, and I have a work experience of around 2 years.
oh no, what is your role?
I am data analyst.
Okay, then you should have the knowledge about data analytics, and they are going to ask about data analytics only.
Okay.
अगर आपसे कोई क्वेश्चन पूछता है कि क्या स्पेशलाइजेशन आप लेने वाले हैं, if you are not sure about it, right, you can easily skip it. So there are so many specializations available in the college. I need to understand the fundamental of it maybe in the first term, and then I'll be able to take a decision as to what specialization I'll pursue in future. So ये safe answer है, इसमें कोई nobody will take it negative. But yes, अगर आपने Capgemini में काम किया है 2 साल, you should have a better understanding about it. So that people will ask questions कि क्या करते हो वहाँ पे, आपकी क्या learning रही है, what are the skill set you have learned from there. So be very much prepared with your experience. There will be a lot of questions from that part.
Yeah.
Actually, that is what is asked, not that what are you interested. Maybe like somewhere it can be asked, but this is not the pattern generally.
I would just like to add a point there. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, Prajwal or Dugar, so in case this question is asked, they're only going to ask you what specialization are you interested in, because they do know that so I'm sure you guys will also know this, like in the first year you have a huge buffet of courses, so you don't have a specialization there. So we are given a taste of everything, every subject. We are given a taste of marketing, finance, ops, supply chain, and then we are asked to choose from in the second year. And not just that, we are given an option to do a 2 months internship in a role that might not be chosen by us. You may not have a say in that, in which role you end up in. So after that, you have a strong opinion, and then you go for the specialization. So the people who are interviewing you know this very well. So they are going to ask you, do you have a special interest? And it's absolutely okay to say that, no, you are here for getting an MBA. You are here for improving yourself, getting a taste of everything that is there in the business world, making ourselves a better person. So it's all about improving ourselves. And then later, once I have 1 year of experience in a B school, then I'll go for my specialization, sir. So that's a really good answer. And they'll be absolutely okay with it. So that was my point.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks, Ajay.
Anyone else? Daljit, go ahead. You have some questions.
Sir, I would like to know, can you suggest some courses, short-term courses that can help us in the MBA colleges? Some short-term courses like for 3 to 4 months that we can do at this moment.
Yeah, some of the things like I can think of right now is you can go for Six Sigma, or if you are like thinking about a little bit about finance, you can go for a CFA. You can complete CFA level 1 in 3 or 4 months, or you can go for FRM if you are interested in risk management. Like 2, 3
for
things.
marketing.
Really.
So if the specialization marketing.
Any marketing guy here can answer this question better.
So
Yes,
I am jumping in.
I am Sonic. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. So if you have a interest area in marketing, so what is the industry is experiencing and demanding is more over onto the analytics part nowadays. So there are plenty of courses on Coursera that leads to the analytics part of marketing, that is the customer analytics, marketing analytics. And I would suggest these 2 courses to everyone who is having a interest area in marketing, customer analytics and marketing, because even the old days companies like IFB, ITC, they are also demanding these sort of knowledge in a fresher whom they are hiring for a campus. Because I was a part of the placement committee, so I have been through like 117 JDs into my area. So out of the 117 JDs, this particular word analytics was there in almost everyone. So that is an add-on that you can get, and this will also get you help you into the internship. So the internship interviews in our campus starts just after 2 months of your induction. I don't know about another campuses. I guess it's the same.
Yes.
So just after entering the campus and you are like opening your backpacks, you will be ready for the interviews of the summer internship. And summer internship is not that you get a form and you click and you get an offer letter. It is also a process like a job interview. So you have a strict interview processes. There will be GD, PIs. Some companies now prefer a task-based selection. So they give you a task, some Excel sheet they will send to you. So 2-3 things: marketing analytics, get a hands-on on Excel. MS Excel is a basic thing that I guess everyone should know. Whether you are going for operations, whether you are going for finance or HR, and take a bit of analytics, and that will make your career a glowing one. So that was my take.
Thank you so much. Sayandeep, Ajay, if you want to suggest anything else from your side.
Yes. So regarding courses, so in my case, I started doing courses after coming into college during our induction period. So to just boost my resume, we all do it. But I would suggest that if you have enough time, then go for those courses. It's going to help you. It's going to save a lot of time. But one thing you have to keep in mind, it's not like after you have joined for an MBA, you're going for an interview after this, after doing the course. They are going to cross question each and everything you have on your resume. So if you do a certificate for the namesake, then you're going to get caught. They're going to drill on each and every point on the resume. So keep that in mind. So while doing the certification, have that dedication. And about marketing, since you asked, so I found a really interesting course. So HubSpot is the area to go for marketing enthusiasts. So HubSpot offers a lot of courses for marketing, and that too specialized. Like customer research, you have a specialized certification for customer research. Then market study you have. So that would be a good place to go. And one more thing I would like you to keep in mind: do not pay for a course. There are a lot of free courses that are available. Like in digital marketing, if you have an interest, and I really hope everyone has an interest in it because it's a really budding field, whichever role you end up in, you have to have some knowledge of digital marketing. So Google is offering free course on digital marketing. So what more can you ask for? So do not pay for any other course. Take the one that is offered by Google. And also, as Sonic said, Excel is going to be very vital for you in your career. And not just Excel, have an idea of the whole, the Excel, PowerPoint, Word. So you can get free certifications in all of that. So maybe that would be a good idea. And also G Suite. G Suite offers you a certification. And if you're part of an organization or a college right now, then you can get it for free. So just research a bit on that. G Suite, you can learn about Gmail, Drive. It's going to help you in your career. And for those people who have work experience in operations, Six Sigma would be a very good option for you. And that is also a free course. So just two takeaways that I would like to give you: do not pay for a course right now. It's not worth it. You have huge organizations giving free courses. Just go on Coursera, you will find them, HubSpot, and also the courses by Google. And the second thing is, do not do it for namesake. You will get caught in the interview, that is for sure.
Is certificate necessary that to prove that you have done a course? Because I think that most of the schools ask for a certificate to prove, and I don't think that the free courses give you certificates. They are mostly free, so the content will be free. Okay, and at the end of the course, you won't be offered a certificate. Is it worth to do that?
No, no.
Yes, depends on. So, as
the
a
free courses.
Sonic, go on. Yes.
Yes. So the free courses do have a certification attached to it. So Coursera has a thing that is called financial aid. So you can apply for it's like a scholarship. So you apply for a scholarship to the Coursera, and they will grant you a scholarship, that is the financial aid, and you can get the paid certifications at free. So that is a trick that you can use and get certifications for free. So this was used in mass in our college. And for Google Digital Unlocked and all the certifications are free of cost by Google. So yes, free certification do have a certificate attached to it.
But I think that Udemy is not free, right? Udemy, you have to pay a minimum amount, but that is very minimum compared to any other courses. But I have seen people talk that Udemy's courses are not that good, even if they are getting a 4-star rating in their site. Is it true? If any of you have done courses from Udemy, can you tell that?
Yeah, depends on. So yeah, again, so I have about 10 certificates in my CV, and I haven't paid for any of them. And I've got the certificates, and I can share my screen and show you. See, all I'm saying is Udemy has some courses, but just don't take courses for the sake of having certificates in your resume. And they are going to know that really well when they ask you a basic question about that. So just find something that interests you. Digital marketing is something that is exciting, actually. It's something that you should know of. So Google offers you a free course with an actual certificate. That is more than enough. Nobody is going to ask whether you paid $100 for this or you got it for free. You just need to have that knowledge. Even if you don't have that certificate with you, when you go into the interview, what will be the first question? Tell me about yourself. And towards the end, you always have this choice of telling your interest. And in that, you will say, I have recently taken up an interest in digital marketing. And they are going to start asking questions on that. So if you have a good knowledge in that, you can drive that interview towards digital marketing. So that is what I'm saying. So find a course that actually interests you. And certificate you will get, that is guaranteed. I have a list of certificates with me, and all of them are free. So instead of Udemy, HubSpot, please try HubSpot for if you're interested in marketing. You will really like it, and it's free, and you get certificates for that also. And definitely Google.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, boliye.
Yeah. A very good afternoon to all the seniors over here. I'm Mishik from Kolhapur. I just would like to know, I have two questions regarding my resume or whether it's between my colleagues. Sir, can you please put a torch on the question? Engineering year में gap raha, then how should we explain the question to the interviewer? Or like as Shubham had said that he had 69 in his 12th. So how did you tackle the thing in the interview? Can you please just put a torch over the thing, like these two questions: gap in engineering or gap in your academic?
Okay, fine.
All the
I am not an engineer, so I cannot answer the first question. The second question is that, see, when I was in 12th, I was playing for the under-19 state level cricket. Okay, so I said that my focus area was like not only on the studies, I was also focused in cricket, and that's why the marks has got a little less. And the second thing is that my percent was due to because I was a Bihar board student. So in Bihar board, the rank 1 student get 86%. So this is how I justified. Don't make it complicated. Make simple answers you can think of. Just that's it.
Yeah, just to add on to that, one thing I think in these type of questions, I think I too had a very bad graduation percentage compared to my 10th and 12th were decent, but good. And this was one. And I do had a gap year in the sense I had prepared for JEE. And actually, I wanted to get into Jadavpur University, and for that, I had to spend one more year after this. So that is also considered to be a gap year. So these were the two. Used to believe these were the two embarrassing spots in my resume, but neither of the interviews, starting from IIM Kozhikode to Accelerite to IIM Rohtak to any other IIM for that matter, actually I was never asked these kind of questions. I think in one IIM I was asked this question. I actually, interacted with a mentor, and that was the biggest learning till date. I mean, in my summer internships or in my finals also, I'll be saying the same thing, what I was suggested by my mentor. When you have something like this in your resume, which is quite blatantly visible, own up for it. So own up for the mistake that you have done. So don't try to connect dots when it is not possible to do so, right? For example, first, when you are asked, why did you score low in graduation? So own up this mistake. So, sir, yes, I own up this mistake, and perhaps I should have invested more time in this, but I was too much involved in extracurriculars, and you have to be that. I mean, you cannot just dodge it by saying, because once you get into extracurriculars, they will grill you over that. So there is no way you can dodge and just say something. So that's one thing that I would like to say. And your first question was on gap year. That hardly doesn't matter. I mean, many people get into IITs, so get into NITs, into the top tier 1 engineering colleges, and they have 1 year. They prepare well for it. So it's okay. And if you have a different reason, I think the honest answer would be the actual reason, and not something which you say come up with and they catch you. So that will be, I think, that will be embarrassing for you too, and that will affect your chances of getting into that school.
Thanks a lot for such an amazing answer. The second thing was, how far the documents are really important. Like, I mean to say, like, if suppose if I'm a district level player or I've achieved something and I have a medal and a reward for that, but I haven't earned any certificate. So how far is the certificate really value, or can we just mention it as a medal or an award? Can you please elaborate?
Is the question for me?
Anyone, like all the seniors from like Akshay, Ajay, anyone can answer. Like,
first thing, if you can, then try to get a certificate. Contact the organization; they will help you. Like, they will understand the problem. Like, I was having a certificate, though I was not having one while I was playing, but I go to my academy and they provided me with the certificate. That is the best thing, because in the interview they will you have to prove it. If you don't have, then at least click a picture of the medal and put it in your resume. In the website. That can help.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so what I would like to say is, see, for your first phase of interviews, I don't think that would be much of an issue, because they do check all the documents. but that will be mainly your work experience, your academics, and everything. And I don't think they'll go into the depth of each point you have kept in your hobbies and interests. The thing is, the interview panel will also not go into this unless you bring it up, or it's a very big achievement you have it and you have highlighted it in your resume. So don't think too much about it. But in case they ask you about this and they feel that you're bluffing, or there is some misconnection between what you have on your resume and what you are saying, then they might ask you for the proof. That has happened. That has happened to a few friends of mine. So in that case, you don't have you have to have that certificate, or at least get a mail from someone, maybe a mentor or your team leader or whoever that was. Get a mail stating that from his official mail ID, stating that you were in his team and you have played at this level. That would do. That would be more than enough, because at the time of playing off, while we are at school, we don't care about certificates, right? They also know that. So at least try to keep this mail with you in case things turn out bad. But if it's genuine, I don't think there's an issue.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I would like to add a bit here. चूंकि ये क्वेश्चन काफी सारे और बच्चों का होता है कि दे हैव वर्क फॉर सर्टेन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर 6 to 8 months और उनको सर्टिफिकेट नहीं मिला. काफी सारी कंपनी आज ऑफर लेटर भी नहीं इशू कर रही है. ये हमारे कुछ स्टूडेंट्स का क्वेश्चन रहा है. उनका ये पूछना होता है कि shall we add this point into my CV, और क्या मैं उस पॉइंट को अपने इंट्रोडक्शन में डालूं. मेरा सजेशन ये होता है कि बिल्कुल डालो. अगर आपके पास सर्टिफिकेट नहीं भी है, अगर आपके पास कंटेंट है तो बिल्कुल डालो. हो सकता है उसका वेटेज देना है कि नहीं देना है, ये अलग बात है. वो डिसाइड करेंगे whether that weightage of work experience will be given to you or not. That's a separate story. बट एटलीस्ट अगर आप किसी कंपनी के लिए काम करते हो या फिर कुछ एक्सपीरियंस आपने गेन किया है किसी कंपनी में काम करके, और वो उसको पूछते हैं, जो आपका इंटरव्यूअर होता है वो जज करना चाहता है कि आपने किसी पर्टिकुलर कंपनी में एज अ सेल्स एग्जीक्यूटिव का काम दिखाया या किसी भी पोजीशन का काम दिखाया, तो हैव यू एक्चुअली डन इट. इफ यू हैव डन इट देन आपकी कैंडिडेचर स्ट्रांग होती है. मे बी उसके मार्क्स आपको नहीं मिले बिकॉज लाइक हो सकता है आपके सर्टिफिकेट ना हो उसके कारण से. जैसा इन सबने एडवाइस किया, अगर पॉसिबल हो किसी तरीके से सर्टिफिकेट अरेंज करने का प्रयास करो. दैट्स द फर्स्ट एंड बेस्ट थिंग व्हिच यू कैन डू. पास्ट में नहीं किया कोई दिक्कत नहीं, आज भी अरेंज करने का प्रयास करो. अगर आज भी सर्टिफिकेट नहीं मिल रहा तो एटलीस्ट एक ईमेल मंगवाने का प्रयास करो, सो दैट इट बिकम्स अ प्रूफ फॉर यू. मोर ओवर, अगर वो ये भी नहीं देते हैं और अगर आपको लगता है कि वो इतना अच्छा चीज आपके लाइफ में जिसको मेंशन करना चाहिए, जो आपके कैंडिडेचर को स्ट्रॉन्ग करता है कंपेयर टू अदर स्टूडेंट्स, आप उसको जरूर ऐड करें. इंटरव्यूअर माइट आस्क यू सम क्वेश्चंस, गिव देम द आंसर. एटलीस्ट आपका इंप्रेशन स्ट्रॉन्ग होगा. हो सकता है वर्क एक्सपीरियंस का वेटेज आपको ना मिले, लेकिन आपके कैंडिडेचर में आपका इंटरव्यू एक फ्रेशर के तौर पे आप जब अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करते हो कि मेरा नाम सो एंड सो है, माय एकेडमिक इज सो एंड सो, एंड देन यू आर अ फ्रेशर. एंड इन प्लेस ऑफ दैट अगर आप ये बोलते हो कि मेरी एकेडमिक ये है and then I work for some company for 6 months but I do not have a certificate probably for that, actually उसको बुरा नहीं लगता है. and then they will try and ask you some questions on that. और अगर आप उस एरिया में कॉन्फिडेंट हो, जरूर उसको मेंशन करिए. because this is a problem which I have seen to a lot of students कि सर मैंने काम किया है 8 महीने वहां पे, मेरे को सर्टिफिकेट कंपनी नहीं दिया है. बट आई मस्ट ऑलवेज एडवाइज यू कि उसको ऐड करिए अपने, एटलीस्ट व्हेन यू आर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग योरसेल्फ. ठीक है ना, वो एक क्वेश्चन होता है जो हर इंटरव्यू में आपसे पूछा जाता है. Maybe they will not ask you for the next time, but first question तो जरूर पूछते हैं.
Okay, yes, I have noted the thing. Thank you, sir.
एक और क्वेश्चन था जो मैं सर्टिफिकेट को लेके बोलूंगा. कुछ क्वेश्चंस था, कुछ लोगों ने पूछा था कि सर सर्टिफिकेट अगर हम अनपेड लेते हैं तो उसका वेटेज है कि नहीं है. दिस इज अ रियल स्टोरी. वन ऑफ द स्टूडेंट जिसका नाम सायन मित्रा है, सम ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव इंटरेक्टेड विद हिम एज वेल. सायन व्हेन केम टू मी फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, ही वाज अ गाय फ्रॉम केमिस्ट्री बैकग्राउंड, सो मैनेजमेंट के बारे में उसको ज्यादा अंदाजा नहीं था. मैंने उसके फंडामेंटल्स को चेक किया एंड देन आई टोल्ड हिम कि व्हाई डोंट यू गो फॉर बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स. द डे व्हेन ही इंटरेक्टेड विद फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम ही सेड कि सर एनालिटिक्स होता क्या है. देन आई ब्रीफ्ड हिम अ बिट, जितनी मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी. 7 days later he sent me 8 certificate and those 8 certificate were not from these websites. He has done it from lot of university across the world. काफी सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज की भी वेबसाइट्स ऐसी हैं जहां पे फ्री सर्टिफिकेशंस आपको मिलते हैं. वो एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम के लिए होता है एंड वो सारी चीजें आज अपने सीवी में आप डाल सकते हो. आज सायन की फाइनल सीवी आई थी कुछ दिन पहले मेरे पास. He has now done 17 certification and all those 17 are still free of cost. So जैसा देखो, आपके पास अगर उसके सर्टिफिकेट ओरिजिनल आ जाए बढ़िया बात है, अगर आप पे करके ले सकते हो. लेकिन आप एक साइड में स्टूडेंट लाइफ में नॉर्मली हमारे पास पैसे थोड़े कम होते हैं, पापा पैसे उतने देते नहीं है, और आपके एक्सपेंसेस काफी ज्यादा होता है, इस कॉलेज का फॉर्म भरो, उस कॉलेज का फॉर्म भरो। अभी 10 MBA के एग्जाम्स हैं, उन सब के फॉर्म भरने हैं, 20 कॉलेजेस जिनके फॉर्म भरने हैं, तो हमारी पॉकेट मनी तो ऐसी चलती है, फॉर्म भरते समय किस दोस्त से उधार लेना पड़ता है, यार कुछ दे दे फॉर्म भर लेते हैं। अब उस कंडीशन में मैं आपको बोलूं कि 50,000 का सर्टिफिकेशन आप कर लो तो शायद आपके लिए ऑप्शन नहीं है। सो व्हाट बेस्ट यू कैन डू एट दिस पर्टिकुलर टाइम कि इस तरह के सर्टिफिकेट जो आप अटेन कर सकते हो, जिससे आपका नॉलेज ग्रोथ होता है। देखो सर्टिफिकेट जो अजय बोल रहा था वो प्राइमरली फंडामेंटल ये था कि आपको अपने नॉलेज के ऊपर काम करना है। हम में से काफी सारे लोग MBA जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ जॉब ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। वी डोंट चेक आवरसेल्फ कि हम सचमुच में प्रिपेयर्ड भी हैं कि नहीं है। वी ऑल ड्रीम फॉर IIM, बट IIM को भी इंडिया का बेस्ट बच्चा चाहिए होता है। सो ये सारे सर्टिफिकेशंस आपके प्रोफाइल को स्ट्रॉन्ग करती है। इट्स अगर आप पे करके ले सकते हो, नथिंग बेटर देन दैट। आपके जेब में पैसे भी नहीं है और आप चाहते हो कि सर प्रोफाइल बेस्ट करा जाए, यही एक तरीका है, इसके अलावा कोई दूसरा रास्ता नहीं। उन्होंने काफी सारी वेबसाइट्स आपको बता दी हैं। इन केस अगर आप लोग को और किसी का इंटरेस्ट अगर डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में है या फिर एनालिटिक्स में है, मैं सायन मित्रा का नंबर शेयर कर दूंगा। ही इज करेंटली डूइंग MBA फ्रॉम MDI मुर्शिदाबाद। He has done 17 certification. All 17 of them are still unpaid. So that's a small suggestion from my side. Go ahead and so your next question. अगर किसी का और कुछ question है तो.
Sir, I have a question. It is actually directed towards you as well as to Mr. Shayandeep Banerjee. Actually, as you were saying about the marks. So, like you know, in Calcutta University, the marking scheme is quite tough. So, how can I handle that in the interview if asked about the marks?
See, अगर आपकी ये कलकत्ता यूनिवर्सिटी, देखो एक बात तो आपकी सही है, मैं अग्री करता हूँ। Being a because Ajay, no, Shubham might not be able to understand Calcutta University की problem. I being a student of Calcutta University, I often face this question. काफी सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जिनकी प्रोफाइल काफी अच्छी होती है। They are good in communication, academic में 10th 12th में दोनों में 80s और 90s नजर आता है, बट ग्रेजुएशन में काफी बार ऐसा होता है कि वो 50 के नीचे भी आ जाता है। सम टाइम इट इज 48 49। तो देखो फंडामेंटल जो रूल है उसको आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते हो। जो कॉलेजेस एकेडमिक पार्ट को कंसीडर कर करके शॉर्ट लिस्टिंग कर रहे हैं, उनमें उनको आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि सर ये बिहार यूनिवर्सिटी का बच्चा है तो इनकी कैंडिडेचर को आप शॉर्ट लिस्ट मत करो, हम कलकत्ता यूनिवर्सिटी के हैं, मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी में स्कोर नहीं मिलता है तो मुझे कंसीडर करो। दैट इज नॉट समथिंग इन योर हैंड। जैसे मैं एक एग्जांपल बता दूं, जब भी कॉलेज पैरामीटर डिसाइड करता है कि मुझे 10 12 दो तरह के कॉलेजेस आपको मिलेंगे इंडिया में। एक कॉलेजेस वो होते हैं जो एकेडमिक के ऊपर भी बहुत सीरियस होते हैं, 10 12 ग्रेजुएशन तीनों उनको अच्छा चाहिए और प्लस कैट में भी उनको अच्छा स्कोर चाहिए। फिर कुछ कॉलेजेस ऐसे होते हैं जैसे शुभम ने बताया कि 10 12 ग्रेजुएशन में कहीं एक जगह कॉम्प्रोमाइज अगर हुआ हो तो ठीक है, बट कैट में अच्छा स्कोर चाहिए होता है, राइट। सो लेकिन फंडामेंटली ये होता है कि अगर आपकी एकेडमिक बहुत नीचे है, इफ योर ग्रेजुएशन इज लेस देन 50, तब तो फिर किसी भी टॉप के 20 स्कूल्स में ऑप्शन ना के बराबर बच जाता है। लेकिन अगर 50 to 60 के रेंज में हो और अगर कॉलेज ने डिसाइड कर चुका है कि 70 कट ऑफ लेगा, तो आप उनको चेंज नहीं कर सकते हो। दिस इज समथिंग नॉट इन योर हैंड बिकॉज इट इज अ कॉलेज डिसीजन whom to select and whom not to select. यस, आपके हाथ में जो होता है वो ये होता है कि आप अपने कैंडिडेचर को स्ट्रॉन्ग करो थ्रू योर इंटरव्यू। आपके पास वो है, बिकॉज शॉर्टलिस्टिंग का क्राइटेरिया कॉलेज डिसाइड करता है कि मुझे फाइनली जो 180 बच्चों का मेरिट लिस्ट निकालना है उसमें हम एकेडमिक पैरामीटर क्या रखेंगे, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटी। आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी टफ हो सकती है, कोई और यूनिवर्सिटी आसान हो सकती है, बट दैट इज समथिंग विच इज नॉट इन योर हैंड। हाँ, कुछ कॉलेजेस ऐसे होते हैं जो वेटेज देते हैं कि भाई एक्स यूनिवर्सिटी का है तो उसको थोड़ा सा ज्यादा वेटेज दे देते हैं जस्ट टू मेंटेन अ गुड मैच इन द टोटल बैच। जैसे काफी सारे कॉलेजेस में ये देखा गया कि गर्ल्स कैंडिडेचर को लेकर के उनकी वेटेज थोड़ी सी बढ़िया होती है बिकॉज दे वांट मोर ऑफ अ गर्ल क्राउड। अभी IIM में भी देखा गया कि कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट्स को ऐड करने के लिए, बिकॉज जैसा हम सब जानते हैं IIMs में सबका ये मानना भी है कि बीटेक वाला ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स कैट में अच्छा स्कोर कर लेता है and they get all the IIMs get a lot of BTech students. So just to add bit of the mixture from arts, commerce and other background, उन लोगों ने वेटेज जो है ना वो कॉमर्स वालों को थोड़ा सा ज्यादा कर दिया। So now they want to see more of a people from commerce, more of a people from humanity and other sector as well. It's not that कि भाई टॉप का बच्चा है तो सिर्फ साइंस का। इससे क्या होता है, कॉलेज की जो लर्निंग होती है वो काफी अच्छी नहीं हो जाती है। So now they are working on that कि वो कल्चरल मिक्स भी हो, जेंडर मिक्स भी हो और ये मिक्सचर एकेडमिक पार्ट से भी है। It should not be only a 180 guy with a BTech background only. They want some 60, 70 guy or 80 guy from BTech and somebody from commerce, somebody from BBA, some people with work experience. So colleges भी अपने इस पार्ट को काफी मिक्स कर रही है आदि, मतलब पिछले कुछ सालों में नोटिस किया गया है कि वो जो फंडामेंटल था कि सिर्फ बीटेक को लेंगे आईएम में, जो काफी हद तक था 80-90% क्राउड हुआ करता था, उसको थोड़ी कम की जा रही है. So that is what I would suggest. Dipanjan, you have some questions. Bolo.
I think the question was from Dipanjan, right? Awarding marks and that question.
If you want to add something, Sandeep, you can know. It was from somebody else.
Okay. Yes, but actually, I also had this answer in my mind, but I would suggest never come up with this answer. Never put the blame on the university that our university has a stringent method of awarding marks. Never own up your own mistake, which I have said. I understand that it had not been solely your mistake, but even if you want to mention that your university, has a particular method of awarding marks, do it in a very implicit, indirect manner. But your primary focus should be on yourself. And still, you know that there are toppers from Calcutta University as well who have performed a bit more than you have. So, that particular person will stand a more chance. That's my whole point is don't put the blame on the university, and that doesn't portray a good trait about your character. So that is something which you should never do, according to which also Dheeraj sir mentioned. And one more thing, suppose if, as Dheeraj sir was mentioning, if a particular college has decided that the criteria would be 80, 70, you are not going to change it, right? You will not be able to change it, and they will not give you a call as well. But once they have given you a call, that means they believe in you and you stand a chance of converting that call. They have not given a call just to waste their time and waste your time. So you have a stand, you stand a strong chance to convert that call. So there you have to come up with convincing answers, right? So that would be my suggestion, and that was a suggestion which I got from my mentor as well.
Ajay, if you want to add something on this.
Yeah, so I have a different solution for that. Don't let them ask you that question. That's all I would like to say in your interview. So even I had the same problem, and mine was not that serious because it was a 95, 91, and then went to 70%. So, and the answer I had prepared for myself was during my engineering. So I had an entrepreneurial background. So I had a startup in college. So I wanted to say that I had to look after a lot of things. I had to run a company, I had to manage my academics. So I think I managed well in both. So that was my answer. But there never was a time that this question was asked in none of my 10+ interviews. Because the thing is, whenever the interview starts, I start off with saying that I am an entrepreneur. And the whole interview just dives into that angle. So just give them that one thing that makes you stand apart from others, and all the rest won't be asked, because it's just going to be a 10 or maximum 15-minute interview. How much can they ask you about? They're not going to look into your academics. So I would say have that one-liner at top of your resume that says something really exciting about you, and drive that interview towards you. So that's it.
Anyone else?
I want to ask that, Sandeep said about that gap year after 12th. But if someone has gap year after graduation, for example, someone has been preparing for a prestigious exam like UPSC, they give their best for 5-6 years, and suddenly they think that they cannot give their all, so they jump into this MBA and all. So do you think that they stand a chance to get into any such top B schools if they score high?
Dipanjan, I have a fellow friend of mine in my class who is like that, who has completed 6 to 8 years of UPSC, and he has come for his MBA. So definitely, if you can defend that question of why do you want to come to an MBA, because you are going for a public service exam, and now you're shifting to a corporate career. So that's a huge deviation. It's not like after engineering you're taking up MBA. That is done by a lot of people, and you can easily defend that. You can say that you found interest in one of the subjects. You're interested in marketing. You're interested in sales. But that is not the case with UPSC. You were aspiring to become a public servant, and now you are changing your career to become a corporate, to be in a corporate. So you need to spend a lot of time coming up with an answer that can absolutely defend that question, and then the rest doesn't matter. You definitely have a good chance, just like any other fresher or any other graduate. That is what I would like to say.
You are telling that basically the gap year does not matter if you have the percentile in any of the exams, right?
No, it's not about the percentile. See, I had a gap of 2 years after my graduation. And I was running a startup at that time. And in India, you might know this, that we don't even need to register a company to run a startup.
No, but you were running a startup. That was some kind of job, right? You were self-employed, kind of.
Yeah, but the thing is, some colleges did not accept that as work experience, while some did. See, that is the thing. So anyway, I kept it in my resume. So I have something to speak about during my interview. So what I would say is that gap year doesn't matter. Just be honest of what you did during that time. If you were preparing for CAT, just be honest about that. You felt that you needed the time to crack this exam. You needed to prepare your strategies because it's difficult. Everyone knows that.
No,
So you wanted the time. Yeah.
If someone comes from a non-engineering background, for my case, I had done graduation in zoology. So I was cut off from maths for almost 3 years. After being cut off from maths and then coming and cracking CAT would be a bit difficult. So yeah, currently I am having a gap of 2 years, right? No, I think you are a fresher, Shubham. You might have cracked it in the
Shubham
first year.
I think Shubham.
Yes. What are you saying? Dipanjan, please repeat. You have a zoology background and?
Yeah, so I was kind of cut off from maths for about 3 years. Okay.
I was cut off from maths from about 4 years. Like I am a sociology arts student, man. I have I don't know anything about maths. Like I'm that kind of person.
But CAT has got a lot of percentile required for quants, right? So yeah, it might have been a bit hard for
See,
you.
one of the things I want to say that is there anything that if you are going to study maths, then you cannot understand that it is about profit. See, the basic thing is that if someone like an engineer is working 2 hours for the studying a chapter, let's say permutation and combination, you will need 6 hours to 8 hours to understand what is the basic thing. That's it. You have to put 4 hours extra. That doesn't mean that you cannot understand. Anyone can understand anything, man. This is not like the case. And coming about the gap here, see, the bottom line is don't put that much mind. See, the bottom line is that you have to present the best version of yourself in front of interviewer. ना उनको पसंद आएगा तो लेंगे, नहीं आएगा तो नहीं लेंगे. आप उनको मजबूर नहीं कर सकते हैं किसी चीज को लेने के लिए. आप क्या किए हैं, आपकी क्या क्वालिटीज है, आप किस तरह सोचते हैं, आपने जिंदगी में क्या किया है, उसको आप प्रेजेंट कीजिए. यू कैन नॉट चेंज दिस थिंग्स, है कि नहीं? कि उनको आप ये सोच रहे हैं कि उनको अच्छा ये पसंद आएगा तो हम वैसे ही बन जाएं या हम वही प्रेजेंट करें. नो, इफ यू हैव स्पेंट 6 years for UPSC, you cannot hide it. That's it. Present yourself and be confident about what you have done, man. हमने यूपीएससी की तैयारी की थी तो हमको कुछ तो आता होगा ना भाई. 6 साल में तो हमने कुछ तो सीखा होगा एक्स्ट्रा जो बाकी लोगों को नहीं आता होगा. अब उनको वो चीज पसंद आएगा तो लेंगे, नहीं आएगा तो नहीं लेंगे. बस.
Dipanjan, मेरा भी सीनियर है. Yes sir.
Sandeep, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Dipanjan, so I had a senior in my college who had a similar background, prepared for UPSC for quite some time, couldn't crack it, came to MBA. So it's possible. He had a decent percentile, but percentile was not the deciding factor because बहुत से बच्चे को एक ही range का percentile मिल जाता है. So the thing is कि he was very honest कि उसको ये किया था, and also there is a similarity between UPSC and these managerial positions which MBA is going to offer, that leadership quality. So you can connect also that the little chances which I've got till now to showcase my skills in positions of responsibility have made me believe that I generally I'm interested in leadership roles. So ऐसे you can do it. And in a generic answer to all your doubts, ऐसा होता है, if I can may say now, ऐसा होता है कि हम जो tough spots है हमारे resume में, जो embarrassing spots है, ये हम सिर्फ उस पर फोकस करते हैं, ठीक है. बट आई मीन इंटरव्यू सिर्फ उस पर नहीं होता है कि आपका वीकनेस को जज करने के लिए उन लोगों को बुलाया गया है. नो, इट दे विल जज यू ऑन व्हाट यू आर गुड एट. तो आप प्लीज जैसे आई थिंक एक इंटरव्यू का डिसाइडिंग फैक्टर इंट्रोडक्शन होता है. इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ. उसका मैंने एक नॉर्मल सा प्लेन वेनिला टाइप प्रिपेयर किया था, मतलब इंटरव्यू के पहले. उसके बाद प्रिपरेशन के दौरान आई हैड brought certain changes अभी इंटर्नशिप के टाइम पे भी. So I mean there are something which is in your hand. ठीक है, I think you should focus more on that. जो आपके हाथ में नहीं है, just stop. हाँ, मैंने आपको ये आंसर दे दिया, सबने दे दिया कि कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा यूपीएससी से 2-3 साल जो भी आपका हुआ है, that's a good thing. वो आपका डेडिकेशन शो करता है. लेकिन एक I mean और एक ट्रेड भी शो करता है कि टाइम के बाद when something is not happening, you have to give up on that and you have to try something else. ये भी एक ट्रेड शो करता है. So you have to see these things very confident. ठीक है. और बाकी जो मैंने कहा कि जो आपके रेज्यूमे में स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट्स है उस पर आप ज्यादा फोकस करें. ठीक है. So that will be, अगर जैसे आई थिंक अजय मेंशन, मैंने भी यही करता था. मैं हमेशा अपना इंटरव्यू मैं हमेशा एक ऐसे लाइन पे नोट मतलब खत्म करता था मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन. मैं चाहता था उस पर ही क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए, which would be a little different from others, right? So that should be, आपको ये फिगर आउट करना पड़ेगा. ये इंट्रोस्पेक्शन आपको खुद करना पड़ेगा. मतलब 3-4 दिन की क्या मैं what sets me apart from others. ये सबका होता है, सबका होता है. सबके पास सर्टिफिकेट भले ही ना हो, लेकिन कुछ क्वालिटी ट्रेट्स अगर होंगे, जैसे स्ट्रेंथ्स एंड वीकनेस, which is very important, right? They ask you. तो आप अपने दोस्तों से पूछिए, आपको तुम्हें क्या लगता है मेरा क्या स्ट्रेंथ है. तो उसके बाद आप खुद ये इंट्रोस्पेक्शन करो, देन कम अप विद अ वेल फ्रेम्ड आंसर. आई मीन दीस आर द थिंग्स यू शुड वर्क ऑन एज ऑफ नाउ. उसके बाद आप जब घुस जाओगे एमबीए में, तब तो सर्टिफिकेशन आपको 3 महीना, आई मीन एमबीए 2 साल का नहीं होता है, ये 3-4 महीने का ही होता है, जो बहुत ट्रेमेंडस प्रेशर होगा. ये सर्टिफिकेट करो, वो सर्टिफिकेट करो, तो एज इट इज आपको तब करना पड़ेगा, राइट? बट एज ऑफ नाउ यू जस्ट बिल्ड, आई मीन यू जस्ट बिल्ड द कॉन्फिडेंस टू say what you did. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
I absolutely agree with Sandeep, and I have just one small request to all of you who are preparing this time. Please be optimistic. Just don't focus on your negative points in the resume. That those are not going to come up if you are confident. If you are confident about the positive things you have in there. If you are an UPSC guy, you didn't waste those 5 or 6 years. You learned a lot. And MBA is all about diversity. The panel is going to sit there and see. We have 10 engineering graduates. Now a guy is coming with 6 years of general knowledge. He's going to add a lot to the pot when he joins for his MBA. That is what they are going to think. So be confident about it, and that's it. Be optimistic. Yes.
और कभी ये मत बोलना कि सर मैं 4 साल नहीं पढ़ा मैथ्स, इस कारण से मेरे स्कोर कम है. यार बड़ी डिफेंसिव मोड में आ जाता है, वो तो बाउंस मारेगा ही मारेगा बाउंसर. बैट्समैन को चोट लगती है ना.
ये चीज है, मैंने देखा है कि लोग ये एक पॉइंट खोजने की कोशिश करते हैं कि इस कारण से मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा. मैम एक आप ये पॉइंट खोज लीजिए ना कि इस कारण से मैं कर पाऊंगा.
Exactly.
क्यों खुश हैं कि क्या कहते हैं इस कारण से मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा. लाइक यू हैव सेड, उन्होंने कहा कि क्या कहते 4 साल या मैंने मैथ नहीं पढ़ा इसलिए नहीं होगा. मैंने कि एक कारण तो खोज लो कि जिस कारण हो जाए.
सर
एक चीज आपको इतना देर से समझ में आया होगा, एक चीज और कि 5 लोग हैं, ठीक है, 5 या 6 लोग हैं, सबके एक माइंडसेट थोड़ा डिफरेंस है. ठीक है, सबको एमबीए कर रहे हैं अच्छे कॉलेज से. इट इज नॉट कि एक सेट ऑफ रूल्स है कि हाँ भैया यही सही आंसर है, इस क्वेश्चन का आप ये बोलेंगे तो हम आपको लेंगे, नहीं बोलेंगे तो नहीं लेंगे. नो, एवरी मैन इज डिफरेंट. मैन अपने आप को प्रेजेंट कीजिए. द बेस्ट थिंग किस तरह करना, अच्छा करना है, ये चीज आप सीख सकते हैं धीरे धीरे.
Perfect. Any more questions?
Sir, I have one questions here.
Yeah.
If any student has any gap in their career, suppose 2 years or 3 years, how they should explain this to the interviewer if he or she is going for any top college or tier 1 or tier 2 type colleges. This question to Akshay Mishra also. So just now I think he has joined. So Mr. Akshay sir, if you have any answers in this, so please give a light on this.
Oh yeah, sorry for joining late. So first of all, you need to be very honest with the interviewer. You should not make any excuse that I was whatever you did, just try to tell him honestly and try to convince him that you did something good. Apart from that, just try to do something in that. Just try to tell him that you made use of that time. Not suppose you have a gap of 1 or 2 years in your profile. You did not study in the college during that time, but still try to convince him that you used that time judicially. You can say that you went on a trip, or you can just tell him anything that you have gained something in that time. I think that should help him convince.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Akshay. Yeah, Sandeep, sir. Sandeep, do you want to add in this something?
Yes, I mean, not really. I mean, Akshay has summarized it all. Bas yahi, I mean, I would talk on the other aspect कि candidates का aspect में वो सोचते हैं कि वो नहीं कर पाएगा, right? I mean, chances बहुत कम है. But the point is, वो decide कर लिया है कि 3-4 जो college giving you a call, right? They have decided कि we can welcome a student जिसका 3-4 साल का gap है, ठीक है? Just what we want to check is their clarity of thought. मतलब वो क्या किया था उस particular 3-4 years में जो भी gap हुआ है. So what you need to do is, as Akshay so correctly pointed out, that you need to write down perhaps the learnings that you have achieved in those years, and you just need to mention those learnings to the interviewer, and you need to be very honest with it, right? So I mean, and sometimes what happens, you have worked in a startup, you didn't get a certificate, that's all right. I mean, still you can mention that to the interviewer, right? It will impact your chances of getting selected into that college. I mean, certificates in that particular, portion of the interview will not matter, because you'll not get marks for this work experience, might be, but at least you have some stories to share them, and these stories are really impactful, and they affect the chances of getting selected. So you need to first figure out what did you do exactly and what were the learnings. Just see those things to the interview, and I mean, it will be sorted.
Yeah, one point which Akshay said that I really liked was I know a guy who took a year after his engineering to go on an all India trip, and he went for his MBA interview, and when he was asked about the gap year, he said that, and his whole interview was about what were your learnings on that trip. What did you learn? Do you have a new outlook on your life now? See, things can go in that way also. It doesn't necessarily be about why MBA, why are you here, what are your strengths and weakness. If you have done something worthwhile, and you believe that that was worth spending your time, spending your year on, then definitely say that answer. Be honest with them. Yeah.
Thank you. There are again some questions related to this part only. कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जिनके पापा का बिजनेस होता है, and they end up spending 1 to 2 years in their father's business, and they always ask कि सर अब क्या करूं? Should I explain that part कि मैं अपने पापा के बिजनेस में हाथ बटा रहा था? Do I need to carry a certificate? What is your take on this, Ajay?
Oh, definitely. So the same case, yes. Again, I have seen this. My friend who was in the same position. So he said that, and the only thing is, your interview is definitely going to be about business, and that is going to be in layman terms. They are not going to put in this huge words like about what was your strategy during that, or what operational research did you do. It's going to be really simple. Was your business profitable? What did you do? When did you incur a loss? And they are going to dig deep into it, because you have been part of a business. They are going to really like you, and they are going to question you. So definitely say that in an interview, and definitely prepare for questions and answers. Talk to your father, how he started. They're going to ask about the history. How did this business begin? From where did your father start? What were his resources at that time? See, all these questions were asking my friends, so I know. So I would say, if you have such a background, then that is really good, and try to gain brownie points on that.
Thank you so much, Ajay.
I would like to add just a confidence booster. What I have like, यहाँ मैंने जो भी देखा एक पैटर्न अगर किसी ने यहाँ ऑब्जर्व किया होगा, सबके प्रोफाइल में किसी न किसी प्रकार का गैप है, तो फिर ये चिंता की बात ही क्यों है? किसी को नहीं लेंगे, सबको रिजेक्ट ही कर देंगे, तो फिर पढ़ाएंगे किसको? We all are humans. We have mistakes in our life. कहीं ना कहीं सबके में किसी न किसी प्रकार का कोई ना कोई बैकड्रॉप है, तो इतना चिंता करने की बात नहीं. सबके पास कोई ना कहीं गैप है, सबका कहीं ना कहीं एकेडमिक थोड़ा पैची है, कहीं ना कहीं इट्स ओके लाइफ.
Yes, just forget about those things, but have answers prepared for everything.
Yeah.
Don't
That
go
is
blank if they ask you a question. Have answers prepared for anything, but don't think about it too much. That is what I would say.
So I want to ask that I'm not so good in maths. Sir, so is maths very important when doing MBA? So my
No.
maths is not so good. So I want to ask how much importance is given to mathematics?
It's least important while you're doing MBA. It's important while while going through the whole process, while clearing CAT, but once you get into MBA, it's not that important. I mean, you can do well without, if you have a basic knowledge in math, which you have, since you have cleared your 10, so I think that's more than enough, right? I mean, it will not be a problem at all, because I've seen many of my friends who have not touched maths for like 6 years after 10, and they are doing pretty well now, because MBA curriculum is not that rigorous. No matter what preschool you are getting into, the curriculum will be such that they will be asking you something which is already taught by the teachers, right? Will not something which is very difficult, which will not be able to solve. So I don't think maths, will create a problem later when you're doing MBA.
Akshay was saying something. Akshay?
So as Sonik was telling about operations and supply chain, so yes, definitely the level of maths required for operations and supply chain and finance may be slightly higher than say marketing or human resources, but it is still manageable because you have cleared the entrance exam, so you have a basic idea of mathematics. It is very manageable. It is not as difficult as your engineering or even as your 12th for that matter.
I would like to add something more here from my side. ये काफी सारे questions specifically उन बच्चों का होता है जो finance करने जाते हैं, MBA finance की planning करते हैं. Sir, is it mandatory? And there are a lot of people who leave finance just because उनकी mathematics अच्छी नहीं है. I'm one of the guy who has done MBA finance. I'm still weak in maths. I'm staying in front of these 40 people out here. Finance अच्छा होना आपका it's more about understanding the share market. कि share market की functioning कैसे होती है, शेयर मार्केट के कितने प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं, उन प्रोडक्ट्स का इंपॉर्टेंस क्या होता है. लेकिन मैथमेटिक्स की जरूरत तब होती है आपको जब उसके वैल्यूएशन की बात आती है, जब आपको शेयर का वैल्यूएशन करना होगा, डिवेंचर का वैल्यूएशन करना होगा, या किसी भी फाइनेंशियल प्रोडक्ट का अगर आपका वैल्यूएशन या उसका प्राइस डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा, देन इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव सम मैथमेटिकल बैकग्राउंड. बट जस्ट टू गेट इनटू फाइनेंस एंड टू गेट अ जॉब और टू स्टार्ट योर करियर, इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी टू हैव मैथ्स to go for finance. But yes, अगर आपके पास maths का added advantage है, it will help you in finance, it will help you in marketing, it will also help you in other field as well. But maths खराब है तो खराब है यार, accept करो और go ahead. अब नहीं ठीक कर सकते हो 2 महीने में, आप नहीं बन सकते हो अजय, 99 percentile नहीं आ सकता आपका. Let's accept it and go ahead. The life must move on. आप जिसमें अच्छा हो उसमें अच्छा करके दिखाओ. It's not mandatory that you'll be good in maths, you'll be good in finance, you'll be good in everything else. No. आप अगर मार्केटिंग में अच्छे हो, बी द बेस्ट among all the students in the class. If you're good in understanding शेयर मार्केट, बाकी बच्चों से ज्यादा पढ़ो शेयर मार्केट. आपके बराबर का कंपटीशन नहीं रहना चाहिए आपकी क्लास में, बिकॉज आपको पता है कि आपकी एक चीज वीक है. देखो सचिन की पहचान इसलिए बनी चूंकि वो अच्छा बैटिंग करता था. सचिन वाज नॉट गुड इन एवरीथिंग. मेरी जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग है 10 years की, while counseling the student, you will be good in one thing. फाइंड आउट करो वो one thing क्या है आपका. क्या आप फाइनेंस में अच्छे हो, क्या आप मार्केटिंग में अच्छे हो, because you cannot be good in everything. अगर आप मार्केटिंग अच्छा से करना चाहते हो, दलजीत जम के मार्केटिंग पढ़ो, मतलब केस स्टडीज और डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, नो इन एंड आउट अबाउट एवरीथिंग, अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज हैपनिंग अराउंड यू. ठीक है ना. करियर में सक्सेस होने के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. मैथ्स खराब होगी तो होगी यार, 15 साल की गलती को ठीक नहीं कर सकते 15 दिनों में या शायद 2 से 3 महीनों में. So whatever has happened, let it go. You can still do good even though if you don't score good in CAT exams. It's not mandatory to success in life to be the part of only top 30 B School of India. Sonic Saurav is a real example out here with you. His college is still not standing among the top 75 B School of India. But I would not be able to say what package he's getting, but he's getting a very decent package at the starting of his career. So he's a live example for all of us that you can still do very good even though if you start your career not from IIMS or IIT or such kind of colleges. You need to be good into one area, और उस एरिया में आप इतने बेहतर होते जाओ ना जिसका कंपटीशन क्लास में नहीं होना चाहिए. That's something which I'll say out here.
Okay, so thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir. I have-
Yes, sir. Thank you. Like it was great interacting with everyone. Sir, as you know, I have exams tomorrow. So it will be great if I can leave now.
No problem, no problem. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for joining us, Sandeep.
Thank you, sir, for having me, and all the best to the aspirants out here. And I'm sure that we'll be doing great. So just keep in mind, this is the time to focus on soft skills as well. I mean, this is the time you can best judge yourself, and I mean, you can improve on your soft skills, like what to say, how to perform in a GD, how to perform in an interview. I think these are the tips I think you should be getting this time, and you'll be implementing those later during some internships, during finals. So all the best, do well, and don't be stressed. That's it. That's all.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pratik, you had some questions.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Bolo, boliye.
Sir, I am from mechanical background. I have completed my engineering now. I had my project on grain supply chain management. So primarily, I was looking for the colleges which are supply chain management or operation management. Should I look for that, or rather go for MBA and think of after 1 year of joining there and looking for my strength, if it is possible or not?
Ajay Mishra, if you can take up this question.
Yeah, that firstly, that totally depends upon your interest. If you're really interested only in the supply chain and operations domain, then you can apply for colleges that specialize in this. You can
for the
definitely.
colleges which are best supply chain courses, which colleges are good for the particular specialization?
Okay, so colleges like NITI Mumbai, SP Jain, then there's IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, then there is SIUM. These colleges are very good in the operations and supply chain domain. But even if you are if there is not a specific interest in this domain, then you can join any B school, and then you can study for 1 year and then look out for your interest. In any case, if you have a project in supply chain management, then that is going to help you during the interview for the colleges which specialize in supply chain.
Yes, sir.
What I would like to say is, Pratik, are you really interested in supply chain management? That is the only question here. So it's not about what your background is.
I had my final year project on that, so I was keen on that interest. That suits me also, and I was very active on regarding that was a group project, but I was in major role in doing so. So I thought if there is some specialization in management which can boost up my project and that one relate, so why not to go for that or create interest in that? So.
And definitely you should opt for colleges that offer you supply chain. Like Akshay said, NITI, SJ Som, VJ Som, IIT Kharagpur. These are all really good options for you. Because otherwise, then another good option for you is to go to a good B school, because almost all top B schools offer a specialization in ops, which is also going to be similar. And later you can choose a career in supply chain also. So here there is a plethora of options. So unless you are that interested in one particular specialization, and if you are, then that is going to help you a lot in converting those colleges also. Okay, it's going to be very easy for you to convince them why you want to take up supply chain, because you have done a project and you have done mechanical, and this is what you want to do in your career. So that is going to be easy for you when you go for such interviews. So I would say definitely scout for such colleges, good colleges.
I should look for operation management or directly to supply chain. Means that will be totally
I believe we
inclined.
have specializations offered in supply chain management also in these colleges.
Yeah, I have many colleges.
Yeah, so why not?
Listed it.
Since you have that interest in you, why not go for that? And keep your second option as ops.
Yes, sir.
In case that doesn't work out. So that will be a foolproof plan.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Pratik, moreover, it is important. देखो supply chain में इंडिया के 100 से ऊपर 20 schools हैं. ये important होगा कि आपका अपना profile कहाँ पे stand कर रहा है. You just need to check out, because saying the list of 100 colleges would not be a good idea out here, because people here are looking for different specialization. So I would request you to get in touch with one of the senior counselor of Guideway Education Services to get your profiling done and to understand which at which particular college your profile is shooting up, and among those colleges apply for 5-10 colleges, because you may happen कि कुछ जगहों पे आपकी प्रोफाइल शॉर्टलिस्ट नहीं हुई है, तो आपकी प्रोफाइल इंपॉर्टेंट होती है। कॉलेजेस तो खैर लिस्ट ऑफ टॉप कॉलेज इन सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट गूगल हमसे बेहतर आपको दे पाएगा, बट इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू कि आपकी प्रोफाइल किस पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज को मैच करती है, ये जज करना इंपॉर्टेंट है, बी इट इन सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट और इन फाइनेंस और इन ऑपरेशन, राइट। सो ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट होगा कि किसी सीनियर कोई एक ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस बंदा जो इस काम को पिछले काफी लंबे समय से कर रहा हो, उनके साथ बैठिए, उनके साथ अपने प्रोफाइल को डीप डाउन एनालिसिस करवाइए, एंड देन टेक अप अ कॉल कि सर ये फाइनली ये कॉलेजेस है जिसमें हमें जाना चाहिए। एज आई मेंशन, देखो आप टीयर 1 के कॉलेजेस, टीयर 2, टीयर 3 तीनों में जाओगे, बुक्स आपको सेम ही मिलने वाली है। इट इज जस्ट दैट यू नीड टू अप्रोच द एजुकेशन इन लिटिल डिफरेंट वे। मैंने आपको फंडामेंटली बताया है कि I have no idea what CAT percentile you're going to get. If you end up scoring very high percentile, you'll get into tier 1, else tier 2 or tier 3, right? So ये depend करता है कि आपकी current profile किसको suit कर रही है। You can get success into each of these tier colleges, right? So get your profiling done, and then filter out the kind of colleges you are looking at.
Yes, sir. I'll look for it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Sir,
Hello,
as
sir.
we know, okay.
Soumya, go ahead.
Okay, hello, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, my question is, as I'm from a BBA background, I was very clear about what I gonna choose my specialization. It is marketing. Later that I discovered that there are various options in marketing field only. What are the roles and how the roles will going to play. I have searched it on browser, on the every browser, and no other options are satisfy my question. That's why if any of you can answer it.
Soumya, I couldn't get your question. Could you?
Okay, my question is, as I am deciding to choose marketing as my profession, so I have discovered that many options are there in marketing, like research on marketing, analytics in marketing. So I don't know much about the practical possibilities of these roles. So can you just elaborate it?
Okay, I think I got a question. So you want to know that okay, you want to take up marketing as a specialization, and you feel that in marketing there are a lot of different options that you can go inside.
Yes.
Okay, I think that you will have to do a bit more research on whether there are those kinds of options, because as far as I know, in a B school, if you are choosing for marketing and you are getting a marketing role, it always starts from sales.
Okay.
You start in a sales job, and later on, as you move up the organization, you can go into a marketing role, because marketing does not function without sales.
Okay.
Right. These both are interconnected, and people will only put you in a sales role at first. You need to understand the customer first so that you can do marketing for them.
Yes.
That is how it works. And coming to your second part of various job opportunities inside marketing, yes, definitely that is there. Because we have job offers coming in terms of market research. We have job offers coming in market analytics. So that those are all part of the bigger picture here, which is marketing, which starts from sales. So you don't have to really worry about that, because for doing marketing research, you don't need to have a different background. You just need to be a marketing enthusiast.
Okay.
That is it. But to be a marketing enthusiast, you need to know people. You need to be a good people person. You need to have that fire to do sales. So what I would suggest you is, you just do a bit more research on what kind of roles are offered in B schools, and I'm sure you'll see that everything is a sales job at first, and later they give you the option to go into marketing domains, like you can go into digital marketing, you can go into the marketing research division. So that is how it happens from my understanding. So if any of my colleagues here would want to add on it,
I would like to add something here. सौम्या, एक तो पहले मैं बता दूं कि जल्दी ही एक मार्केटिंग के ऊपर डीप स्पेशलाइजेशन का डिस्कशन हम करने वाले हैं। जैसे मार्केटिंग में अजय बोल रहा था कि मार्केटिंग के मल्टीपल फंक्शंस होते हैं। मार्केटिंग में एक फंक्शन हुआ सेल का, राइट, दूसरा फंक्शन हुआ मार्केटिंग रिसर्च का, तीसरा फंक्शन हो
Yes,
गया
sir.
डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का. इस तरह से मल्टीपल सेगमेंटेशन होते हैं मार्केटिंग के अंदर में, राइट.
Yes,
एंड
sir.
वी विल बी डूइंग अ वेरी डीप डाउन discussion on these part as well in coming future. So
Okay.
probably those people who are expert into this particular area would be able to give you much better insight, because as I mentioned always कि मार्केटिंग के अंदर में आपको क्या करना है वो भी अगर आप अभी डिसाइड कर लो तो आपके लिए ज्यादा बेहतर है.
Yes, sir. That's why I asked the
ये
question.
एक वेबिनार ऐसा मैं करवाने वाला हूँ शायद प्रोबेबली नेक्स्ट और कुछ दिनों बाद ऐसा एक वेबिनार करवाने वाला जहाँ पे फाइनेंस के अंदर भी मल्टीपल डिवीजन है उसके बारे में बातचीट होगी, मार्केटिंग के अंदर भी मल्टीपल जो ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल है उसके बारे में आपको बातचीत, सो दैट यू गेट अ बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि मुझे क्या अच्छा लग रहा है.
Okay.
वांट टू बी टू मार्केटिंग रिसर्च, उसके लिए कुछ स्पेसिफिक स्किल्स चाहिए होता है. अगर आप डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में जाना चाहते हो तो आपका नैक उसकी तरफ होना चाहिए. So there are multiple segmentation of market as well, and you need to understand those things. So maybe वो webinar हम probably next time करवाएंगे, and that will give you a much better insight about that. Ensure that you register for that particular webinar.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Satvik has some question. Daljit,
Yes, sir.
Daljit, go ahead. Let Daljit
Hello?
ask
Yes, sir.
and Satvik, your question will be the second one. Daljit, go ahead.
Okay.
So as we know, MBA student graduates have to work 15-17 hours a day in corporate. So can you suggest some lifestyle changes that we should make from now to cope up with the corporates later?
Or Akshay, if you want to say something.
Yeah, very interesting question.
Yeah.
I don't think that you should be worrying about that from this point, because the B school will prepare you for that. For the first 3 months in your B school, you'll be sleeping for only 3 to 4 hours, and I think that will prepare you for anything that the corporates will throw at you in the future. So you don't need to worry about that at this stage.
Yeah, please don't lose sleep now preparing for that. Anyway, you are going to lose sleep during that time, but don't worry too much because you are going to like it. You are going to do it voluntarily. So that's not going to be an issue. So you will get your minimum rest, that is assured, but it's going to be a little bit stressful because we have not been through such a kind of education. Like our graduation, it wasn't like that, even our schooling. So it's going to be different, but in 4 months, you are going to be accustomed to it so that you can take up any sort of pressure that comes up. In corporates, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So we need to at least get prepared for that. So don't worry too much about it. It will just happen. Just go with the flow. That is what I would say.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Just to add a bit on this part, Ajay and Akshay. Daljit is working with us as an intern, preparing himself for the tough time, and he is working till 2 o'clock in the morning with me on a daily basis. He's the guy who is basically editing all my videos and doing a lot of things because he is aspiring for a career in marketing. He's preparing himself to get up. The day when he joined us as an intern, he was a guy who said for the first time that, sir, can I start working at 4 o'clock in the morning? I said, pretty okay. In digital marketing, I don't have any issue. Today, he's a guy who wake up at 2 o'clock in the night and he keeps complete the videos and then he go to sleep. So he's preparing himself for the tougher time to come.
That is really then I would say, Diljit, you should leverage this in your interview if you are going forward.
Right.
This experience
Yes,
that you're getting here with Dheeraj sir, definitely you should leverage this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Akshay,
Thank you,
you want to say something?
Yeah, I think that is a very high level of dedication, and I think just like Ajay said, you should try to leverage it in your interviews as well.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Satvik, you had some questions.
Yes. Sir, I am a BCom graduate and a huge share market enthusiast. So, sir, may I know what will be the questions that the interviewer will ask when I say that I am a huge share market enthusiast?
You are a what enthusiast?
Share market enthusiast.
Share market. Oh wow. Okay. Any one of my colleagues who are into share market?
Yeah. I'm from that field. Can you say some repeat your question because I was reading some other question. Satvik, फिर से बोलो क्या क्वेश्चन था आपका?
Yes, sir. मैंने बीकॉम मतलब ग्रेजुएशन मेरा बीकॉम में है. So मतलब during my graduation I developed a interest in share market. So right now I am also investing in share market. So जब मैं ये बात बोलूँगा कि इंटरव्यूअर को कि I am a huge share market enthusiast, so what might be the question that the interviewer will ask me?
सर आपने कहाँ पे इन्वेस्ट किया वो पहला क्वेश्चन पूछेगा. बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का करंट वैल्यूएशन क्या है वो पूछेगा. तो समथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट, किस किस शेयर में इन्वेस्ट किया वो पूछेगा, उसके पीछे की साइकोलॉजी आपसे पूछेगा कि आपने, I mean, there are 5,000 companies. Why did you invest into a particular company? Fundamental analysis क्या होता है, technical analysis, based on what you have invested your money.
Okay.
So it's a very unique point. Trust me, there are a lot of people who just want to go for finance without knowing finance. You are a guy who can be one of the best candidate into a particular college. आपने MBA में शेयर मार्केट आपको पढ़ाया जाएगा, वो ऑलरेडी आप काम कर रहे हो, आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो, काफी बार पैसे का नुकसान कर रहे होगे, काफी बार पैसा फायदा कर रहा होगा. So at least they know that you have got hands-on experience of share market. So they would really love to listen that part in you. जिस शेयर में आपने इन्वेस्ट करके रखा होगा, इंश्योर दैट कि उसके फंडामेंटल्स को आप चेक करें. उनसे आपसे ये प्रश्न पूछा जा सकता है, आपकी पोर्टफोलियो कितने की है, आज बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज कितने का है, नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज कितने का है. Some basic questions related to that. Why did you invest into a particular college? Your candidature is really awesome as far as taking your profile in finance is concerned. A lot of colleges would be happily interviewing you. Because ज्यादातर बच्चों के पास ये नहीं होता है यार. I mean, वो फ्रेशर होते हैं and वो they want to go for finance with just studying a BCom book. लेकिन आपकी प्रोफाइल में कुछ नयापन है, वो आप अपने, I mean, it is advisable to you as well कि आप इस particular point को अपने इंट्रोडक्शन में जरूर बोलें. Right? And then as I mentioned कि इंटरव्यूअर आपसे क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछता है. It is just that you manage your interview.
Okay.
Right? It is depending upon आप अपने आंसर्स को, आप क्वेश्चंस के आंसर को किस डायरेक्शन में ले जा रहे हो. You are the one who will decide what the next question will be from the interviewer side.
Okay.
Right? But at least जिस डोमेन को आप कर रहे हो, ये सारे ग्रेट मैन जो आज आए हुए, इनका बस एक ही फंडामेंटल बोलना ये था कि आप जो भी कर रहे हो उसके ऊपर अच्छी जानकारी रखो. Right? If you're going for finance, go deeper into finance. No need to worry about HR or something else. वो आपको पढ़ाया जाएगा MBA में. बट आप अगर शेयर मार्केट में इंटरेस्टेड हो, पैसे लगाते हो, तो उसकी फंडामेंटल क्या है, कौन-कौन सा न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हो, समथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट. व्हाट आपका पोर्टफोलियो क्या है, जब आपने स्टार्ट किया तब पोर्टफोलियो कितने का था. राइट? सो समथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट वुड इंटरेस्ट देम अ लॉट, बिकॉज़ ये एक ऐसा बच्चा है जिसने खुद से शेयर मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट किया हुआ है. Your profile looks good, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Satvik, just keep that in mind. If you are bringing up this point, then you can be sure that there will be someone in the panel who is interested in share market, and he is going to take your whole interview from there. Okay, there will be a finance person in the panel, that is for sure, and those people would definitely be investors also. So the first thing they are going to ask you is what is the market price today, or even better, they'll ask you what was the market price yesterday, because today's they know that you have looked and went, and they might even ask you to show your portfolio. One of my friends who are asked to do it, show their portfolio, the profits they made, and they always look for your strategy. What is your strategy? Every person has a different strategy. You might be doing day trading, you might be into long term or short term, into startups. So they are going to question all your concepts on share market and try to find out. So you should have your own strategy. That is the only thing. That is what they need. They need a person with new ideas, creative ideas. So even with your small experience in share market, you should have come up with a strategy for yourself, and you should be able to convince them that. Just keep that in mind. Otherwise, this is a very wonderful idea to pitch into in an interview.
Okay. Can I add one more point? If I was asked that why you choose MBA, that can I say that I choose MBA because I am a huge share market enthusiast, and by doing MBA in finance specialization, I can have a brief idea of the three major questions that every investor asks: how, when, and where to invest.
Something to add a little more on that. देखो, ये आंसर ऐसे भी जा सकता है ना कि आपको शेयर मार्केट में इंटरेस्ट है तो आप MBA करो, ये जरूरी तो नहीं है. ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है कि आप बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज के कुछ कोर्सेज कर लो. आप मैनेजमेंट लोग इसलिए करते हैं क्योंकि वो शेयर मार्केट तो एक्सपर्टीज होती है, लेकिन उनके बिजनेस के नॉलेज ओवरऑल अच्छा हो जाता है. So a finance guy, he would have a better knowledge about marketing. He would also have a better knowledge about operation. He would be having also a clear understanding about how HR functions. तो हम MBA फाइनेंस जरूर करते हैं, लेकिन हमारी ओवरऑल बिजनेस की अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप होती है. We don't go for an MBA just to become a better individual in finance. I'm a finance guy, but I have sound understanding about marketing, sound understanding about operation, HR as well. So as an MBA, when you grow, your knowledge diverges into multiple directions. अगर आपको सिर्फ शेयर मार्केट में करियर बनाना है और शेयर मार्केट में सिर्फ इन्वेस्टर के तौर पे आप अपनी पहचान बनाना चाहते हो, तो इट इज रिकमेंडेड कि बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज या शेयर नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज के कोई शॉर्ट प्रोग्राम्स कर लो 1.5 ईयर का, बिकॉज वो प्रोग्राम ज्यादा डीपर होगा शेयर मार्केट के ऊपर में। बट वो एज एन एमबीए आपको ग्रो नहीं करवाता है। टू ग्रो वेल इन द लाइफ आप शेयर मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करके कल बिजनेस चलाना चाहोगे, राइट? यू वांट टू ओन योर ओन स्टार्टअप्स या शायद कुछ ऐसे आइडियाज आपके पास हो सकते हैं। जब वो स्टार्ट करोगे तो आप जस्ट हैविंग अ गुड नॉलेज इन शेयर मार्केट विल नॉट बी सफिशिएंट। You also need to have be a good marketer. You also need to have a sound understanding about the operation of the organization. So as an MBA graduate, आपका holistic development होता है। It's not that you are developed into a particular field, although you do finance. हाँ, finance की knowledge आपकी थोड़ी बेहतर जरूर हो जाएगी। So I mean you can say that, but it is always advisable कि हम holistic तौर पे अपना development चाहते हैं। That's the reason I'm going for an MBA program. And of course, I would love to be good in finance field as well.
Yeah, adding to it, Satvik, firstly, it is a very good thing that you have interest in share market. Secondly, I'll recommend that you just don't say that you want to do an MBA for a better knowledge about share market. You can start that you were interested in finance domain because of this whole share market and everything. But try to build on your answer more, try to be more comprehensive. You can say that your interest in finance came from the share markets, and then you can build upon that answer even more.
Yeah, actually I draw the idea that I was a bit comfortable in solving financial problem. Actually I never feel frustrated while solving financial problem. I rather feel curiosity that why I am not able to solving this kind of problem, this kind of financial problem. So on that process I develop my curiosity on finance. If I have a maximum of knowledge on finance, then I am able to solve this kind of problem. So on that way I developed my curiosity on finance, and that's why I wanted to do MBA on finance specialization.
That is the best answer. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, agree, totally agree.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you give this answer and you validate this answer by showing your portfolio that you have in the share market, and you're sorted. That is going to be a really good profile. But just keep in mind that in an MBA you are not going to be taught trading. At the maximum that can happen is you get to know the basics of share market, which I assume you already know. So
exactly,
keep that in mind. Okay, so don't go with the answer that you want to be better in the share market. You don't need an MBA for that. The answer that you gave is really good. Validate it with your experience in share market. That is it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay.
There's one more question with Sandeepa Sarkar. Sir, is PIBM main campus is a good college? जैसा मैंने आपसे पहले रिक्वेस्ट किया था कि इस फोरम पे मैं किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूशंस को प्रमोट या उनके पार्ट को करने नहीं आया था, वैसे PIBM किसी एक के लिए अच्छा कॉलेज है और किसी एक के लिए बुरा कॉलेज है। वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज योर प्रोफाइल। हो सकता है PIBM आपके प्रोफाइल को शूट करता हो, बट इट विल नॉट सूट समबडी एल्स प्रोफाइल। So we need to understand your profile कि आपकी past academic कैसी है, right? आपकी communication, आपका interest किसमें है, right? And then accordingly we may able to suggest you whether PIBM is good for you or not. It will not be good comment to generalize कि PIBM अच्छा है कि नहीं है, because I have seen a lot of people leaving IIMs as well if they get into some better IIMs. I have seen somebody leaving IIM Calcutta just because he got into IIM Ahmedabad. So for somebody, IIM Calcutta was not the best option. That's the reason he left IIM Calcutta by paying a good amount of money, and then he joined IIM Ahmedabad after some time. So ये generalized comment करना हमारे लिए अच्छा नहीं होगा कि PIBM अच्छा है या खराब है. We need to understand your profile. For somebody, PIBM is a good college, but for somebody else, PIBM is not the best option. Probably he will be able to get into some better B schools. Any more questions? Because we are almost it's 48 minutes past 12 o'clock. Any last question, or can we wind it up?
Sir, yes, sir, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Pratik, you say no problem.
पहले आपने गाड़ी छूट जाएगी यार, कोई तो बोल लो.
Yes, sir. When we go for the colleges to join, we first go for the brochure and the placement status. There we go, check the companies which are coming. Maximally we check that, sir, there are many banks which come for the recruitment. I want to know the which post or which job profile they to take. Rather, we prepare for the bank PO and clerical we know, and these are the posts we go for the bank deposits and all we know. But in MBA, the banks there are many banks they are coming for the recruitment. So for which profile that there will be maybe for insurance, maybe for finance, or sir, what kind of job profile they hire?
I would like to take this part based on my experience. देखो MBA again normally अगर आप बैंकिंग की बातें करते हो तो you normally see most of the private bankings coming to the campus or NBFC non-banking financial corporations they are coming to the campus for the recruitment. अब वहां पे दो प्रोफाइल होती है ज्यादातर देखा गया, इसके अलावा भी मल्टीपल प्रोफाइल होते हैं बट दो कॉमन होते हैं। नॉर्मली जो ज्यादातर जॉब्स ऑफर किए जाते हैं वो रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर का ऑफर किया जाता है, आरएम जिसको बोला जाता है, एंड which is a marketing प्रोफाइल। रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर की जो प्रोफाइल होती है उसमें आपका काम क्या होता है कि जो उनके एग्जिस्टिंग क्लाइंट्स होते हैं उनको सर्विस देना, राइट, नए क्लाइंट को अक्वायर करना, नए क्लाइंट को अक्वायर जैसे कोई भी बिजनेस हाउसेज हो, अगेन डिपेंड करता है B2B में आपको दे रहा है बैंक या B2C में दे रहा है, राइट। सो इफ दे आर गिविंग यू B2B तो वो नए B2 में आपको नए क्लाइंट्स लाने पड़ते हैं, बिजनेस हाउसेज जो छोटे स्टार्टअप्स हुए हैं या जो नई कंपनी आई है जिनके करंट अकाउंट नहीं है या जिन्होंने किसी और बैंक में करंट अकाउंट ओपन करवा के रखा होता है, उनको आप अपनी कंपनी की तरफ अट्रैक्ट करते हो। यू नीड टू गो फॉर अ सेविंग अकाउंट, यू नीड टू आल्सो सेल इंश्योरेंस। सो इसमें बैंक के जितने प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं ना वो सारी चीजों का मिक्सेस होता है। अगर आप मार्केटिंग को ज्वाइन करते हो तो यू डील्स विद करंट अकाउंट, यू डील्स विद सेविंग अकाउंट, इंश्योरेंस, OD, CC and multiple other products which a bank has. Normally आप सबको पता होगा करीब बैंक में 40 से 50 प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं। So you need to deals with all those products one by one. So again मैं ये बोलता हूँ कि ये प्रोफाइल तीनों कॉलेज में मिलेंगे, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 में। Tier 1 में जाओगे इसी प्रोफाइल में हो सकता है आपकी सैलरी 18 से 20 लाख की हो, Tier 2 में थोड़ी कम हो सकती है, Tier 3 में थोड़ी कम हो सकती है, बट काम उन तीनों में सेम ही होता है। So whether you go to IMI Delhi or you go to IMI Kolkata, in both the colleges you will get ICICI or HDFC, some of these colleges. पैकेज दोनों में डिफरेंट होगा बट प्रोफाइल वाइज आप देखोगे रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर का काम यही होता है। अब ये होता है कि जो बच्चा उनमें से ज्यादा जल्दी ग्रूम हो जाता है, काफी बार मार्केटिंग का काम करते करते वो आपको ऑपरेशन में खींच लेते हैं। सो दैट्स वन पार्ट ऑफ इट विच इज नॉर्मली गिवन टू द मार्केटिंग पीपल। अगर आप फाइनेंस की बात करते हो तो यू आर गिवन द रोल ऑफ अ क्रेडिट मैनेजर, जहां पे यू टेक केयर ऑफ द से फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई एज अ कंपनी गोइंग टू बैंक ICICI बैंक टू गेट अ लोन ऑफ 50 lakhs, दे विल नॉट जस्ट गिव मी कि भाई धीरज का वीडियो यूट्यूब में है इसलिए धीरज को मैं 50 लाख का लोन सैंक्शन कर दूंगा। They will ask me for my balance sheet of my company. So based on the understanding of my balance sheet, they will decide what amount can be given to me in the form of credit. So एक पर्टिकुलर बैंक आपको दोनों प्रोफाइल में ऑफर देती है, मार्केटिंग का भी प्रोफाइल कुछ होता है, कुछ फाइनेंस की प्रोफाइल होती है, राइट। डिपेंड करता है, अगेन मार्केटिंग की प्रोफाइल थोड़ी आसानी से मिल जाती है, फाइनेंस क्रेडिट मैनेजर का पोजीशन कुछ ही वैकेंसी निकलती है। अगर एक कॉलेज में आप देखोगे कि किसी एक पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज में 20 ICICI बैंक के बच्चे रिक्रूट हुए हैं तो आप पाओगे कि 4 से 5 ही होंगे जो क्रेडिट मैनेजर के लिए होंगे और बाकी जो 15 होंगे वो प्राइमरली रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर प्रोफाइल के लिए होंगे। सो जस्ट बाय सीइंग अ बैंक यू कैन नॉट जस्टिफाई दैट इट विल बी फाइनेंस और इट विल बी मार्केटिंग। यू नीड टू डीप डाउन एनालिसिस। हम हमेशा इस बातों को बोलते हैं कि जिस भी कॉलेज में आप जाओ वहां के बच्चों से बातचीत करो, अंडरस्टैंड कि वहां पे फाइनेंस की रोल क्या होती है। बट अगर रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर है विच इज अ मार्केटिंग प्रोफाइल, if it is a credit manager it is a finance profile, so bank can give you both the offers. काफी बार ऐसा भी होता है कि आपने MBA फाइनेंस किया है, काफी बार ऐसा होता है कि आपने MBA फाइनेंस किया है बट जस्ट बिकॉज यू कुड नॉट क्रैक द फाइनेंस प्रोफाइल आपको फिर मार्केटिंग वाली कंपनियों में भी प्लेसमेंट लेना पड़ता है अगर आप अच्छे हो।
Yes sir, that placements will become the common placement for us.
Right. So when ICICI will come for the interview in your college, they will recruit for both the part. उनकी पोजीशन पहले बता दी जाएगी आपको कॉलेज में कि भाई हम 4 क्रेडिट मैनेजर लेंगे और 16 हम लेंगे रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर, एंड दे विल द इंटरव्यू विल कंटिन्यू। मे बी पैकेज माइट डिफर, हो सकता है ICICI का पैकेज, ICICI के रिलेशनशिप मैनेजर का प्रोफाइल हो सकता है 50,000 रुपए 1 लाख रुपए ज्यादा होता है, बिकॉज आप जानते हो मार्केटिंग का प्रोफाइल में थोड़ी इंसेंटिव पोर्शन भी एडेड होती है। सो इट मे हैपन सेम कंपनी कमिंग टू द सेम कैंपस मे गिव 2 different पैकेज, वो फाइनेंस गए टू द मार्केटिंग गए। That's what I think.
Yes sir. Sir, majorly these banks are for us private banks. The government banks rarely do those things for us. Sir.
They don't. उनका एग्जाम होता है ना खुद का।
They don't have these sections within them.
नॉर्मली वो रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए कैंपस में नहीं आते हैं। गवर्नमेंट बैंक जो होती है वो उनका खुद का, आपको पता ही होगा, गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम्स होते हैं IBPS करके, और SBI का खुद का
प्रोफाइल अलग होके उनका रिक्रूटमेंट होता है ना सर।
True. If you are looking for career in government bank, go there. But if you are looking for private bank, most of the B schools में आपको प्राइवेट बैंक की रिक्रूटमेंट मिलेगी या फिर इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक की रिक्रूटमेंट मिलेगी, आई बैंक जिसको बोला जाता है। तो अगर आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक में जाना है, चूज योर करियर वाइजली। इफ यू वांट टू गो टू प्राइवेट बैंक, चूज योर करियर। अगेन ये डिफरेंशिएशन फैक्टर आपको पता लगाना पड़ेगा। ब्लाइंडली कॉलेज के वेबसाइट पे कंपनी का नाम देख के डिसाइड मत कर लो कि फाइनेंस की हो सकती है कि मार्केटिंग की हो सकती है। एनी कंपनी which is there can recruit finance profile, can recruit marketing profile. You need to go deeper into that part. इतना बड़ा इन्वेस्टमेंट है लाइफ के 10-15 लाख रुपए इन्वेस्ट करने वाले हो। हाउ कैन यू गो समवेयर विदाउट डूइंग इनफ ऑफ रिसर्च एंड विदाउट टॉकिंग टू समबडी एल्स फ्रॉम द कॉलेज? Things are available. I mean, these days, knowing these informations are not very tough now. You social media ने काफी लाइफ को आसान कर दिया है। थोड़ा सा पेन आपको भी लेना पड़ेगा to have a better understanding regarding the college. But you cannot just take a blind decision by listening to somebody else over the phone and deciding your career. Right? Daljit, your final question before we finally wind it up.
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you so much, everyone. So it was a wonderful session. Sir, at last I would like to ask if we can connect with all of you on LinkedIn. So if it's possible, then we can connect with all of you on LinkedIn, so that for any further queries we can.
Please do. Yeah.
I'll Daljit की मैं इन सबका जो LinkedIn ID होगा मैं पर्सनली उनसे ले लूंगा, and then I'll share it to all the people who want to get in touch with them over LinkedIn. I'll arrange that part.
And feel free to ask us anything you want in the future. You want to refer any courses, we can help you, any books. So whichever way possible, we are ready to help. I am sure my colleagues will also agree. So please do connect with us. Yeah.
Yes, I also agree. You can connect with me and you can ask any query that you have, no matter how small it is. You can ask anything. Feel free to ask any doubt.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for last 2 hours. It was a wonderful interaction. Thank you so much. Have a great time ahead. Bye.
You're welcome. And all the best to all the candidates. Bye.
Yeah, all the best to everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you so much for joining us today.